Jack.
Oh, hey. Hi. Creator of the Poindexter Lounge. And all that you see here. I just want to say thank you so much for your response to JIVIN with Jack, which premiered this Tuesday here on the Poindexter Lounge and now continues today. I created a lot of controversy by peeing in a video the other day, but I'm so busy that sometimes I gotta do this stuff while I do other things. But I want you to know that I'm very safe. I know it is not very safe to brush your teeth and make a video at the same time, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But I am taking safety precautions because I'm not holding the camera. I am hands-free. And I have my camera mounted inside the mirror thing here. Yeah. So you don't have to worry about anything. And I apologize. I am a pastor, and I know it can be kind of controversial for me to brush my teeth on camera. But we are not like some magical, mythical beings as pastors. We have to do things like brush our teeth and pee, So we're not like those unicorns on that Squatty Potty commercial where they just like poop, rainbow ice cream. Although, I should talk to God about that, because that'd be kind of cool. Anyways, I don't know. Just kind of wasting some time here with you. But thanks for supporting JIVIN with Jack. And Jack, have a great show.
Welcome to the Pantheon.
Get ready, get jiving.
You guys want to hear something funny? We're going to get to everything, but I rewatched Tuesday's show, and I thought I wasn't loud enough, and I'm pretty loud, and I project pretty well, but I was like, something's wrong. And I realized that when I had joined the Poindexter Lounge StreamYard, I did not connect my mic to that StreamYard. So when you saw me doing what I'm about to do again, I'm talking into nothing. But that's the beauty of live television, because welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and genders all across the spectrum, to episode 2, season 2 of JIVIN with Jack here on the Poindexter Lounge as part of the Poindexter Pantheon. Woo! Listen, I'm going to get something right off the bat here, okay? I know that some of you loved this show, some of you hated this show, but the point of JIVIN with Jack is that I don't care how divisive your opinion is, it is welcome. We're not going to kick you out unless you start like verbally abusing someone, like in the chats. I can take it. I don't care. Austin, he's a little soft. But other people, don't do any, keep it respectful. Keep it a little bit fiery, but keep it respectful. But we're going to get into it. Was this disrespectful to the Snyder films? Or are we taking this too seriously? Plus, for all its pros and cons, this show had a lot of stuff going on underneath the surface. I want to get into that. But I know you guys have been waiting. I know I have been waiting. I'm going to give a spoiler warning because I know some of you have not finished the show. So we're going to get into it generally. In fact, Austin might just come in right now and just say spoiler warning. But I want to welcome everyone here. And let me bring in the man who some say has a $50,000 voice, but he's my co-host, and I have no backup. So for me, he's the man with the $1 million voice, Austin Lean 360.
Yes. I'm here. I'm awake, ladies and gentlemen. I was totally awake all morning and waiting for this. I was readily prepared at 8 a.m., wide-eyed, bushy-tailed, and sitting on the edge of my seat, just waiting until 1:30 to hit. For me to be here and share my thoughts with you beautiful, beautiful people. And let me tell you, Jack, I'm coming in hot today.
All right, so coming in hot. Warnings. I know some people in the comments haven't seen it. So to those of you who haven't seen it, please do me a favor. Just put us on mute and let us play. It helps our algorithms. Is that something petty to ask for? Yes. But for those of you who watch season 1, know I can get very petty for attention. Right, Austin?
Very, very, very.
And please retweet the show. Follow me on JIVIN with Jack. Links in the description. Yes, Austin, I had a whole list of things I want to talk about, but baby, when you're hot, nothing can stop you, and I do not want to get burned, so take it away.
Man, oh gosh, where do I begin, Jack? I mean, I was gonna kind of let you guide me in my hotness, but there's a lot to talk about. I mean, look, let's just kind of go over the overall fan reaction. Let's talk about the fan.
Should we just put a spoiler alert out? Spoiler alert.
And you know what? I uploaded it just for this. Okay,
guys, spoilers.
Hey now, yay! We got a graphic. Got a graphic this time. See, we get upgrades here at the Poindexter Lounge.
Yeah.
But look, obviously, spoiler. Look, man, the fans I think have just got either some fans have just gone overboard. Some fans are showing they're not DC fans at all. Other fans are just, look, somebody said kind of last night after it all happened that the Snyder Bros, right? The Snyder crazies are gonna be upset for weeks, and it sure looks like they are.
It's a shame because I am a huge Snyder fan. Of the team of us on JIVIN with Jack, I'm still hoping and praying for a restore of the Snyderverse.
Yes.
I don't know if that makes me a bro. I think the bros is the name for the guys who don't like anything, but that doesn't mean this show can't be criticized.
And let me tell you, bros are the ones that are going around with every inkling, right? Everything that everybody says are the ones going around going, it's confirmed, it's coming, it's on. Look, hope is a whole different thing, right? Have hope, want for something to happen, all good. But when you're running around and actually saying, oh yeah, it's happening, it's coming, like all this crazy nonsense, that's a different story. That's where it becomes, just misleading and, a whole bunch of other things. But also, I do want to say before we get started, because there are a lot of people in the chat, I do want to shout out the chat. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in, for showing up. We got a good, fun show planned for y'all. But I do want to shout out everyone that's here. So let's see here. We got fourth, horrendously mediocre ending to a copy of Slither. I will say I get the Slither reference. I get that. It was very, very. There were some very similar things to Slither. I agree. But it was not, for me. It was not mediocre in any way, shape, or form. Let's see. Mr. Wayne seconds that. That was just cringe and horrible. Oh my God. I don't think I could have asked for anything better.
Be honest, folks. Be honest.
God, I wish I wasn't a DC fan sometimes. I can understand that too. Let's see.
Welcome, Mr. Wayne.
Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Are you talking spoilers? Yes, we are going to be talking spoilers. Yeah. Anthony, hello, my friend. Abel, hello. People do complain about everything. James, hello. RJ. Oh, RJ. RJ, you and I have had a fun morning on Twitter. I can tell you that. Maybe we'll post some of them up here and talk about them. John Campia loved it. So it was horrible. Okay. Let's see. Peacemaker was awesome. I agree. Today will be explosive. Abel, hello. You do suck. Hello. Hairless Wookie, hello. Everybody, Music Man, hello. Oh my gosh, there's so many people in the chat. How does he do this every time? Katsuka's here. There you go. That's all. That's at the end of the day, all we really need is Katsuka. We love it. We love everybody, but we love Katsuka.
Yeah, we
Let's see. Peacemaker turned out to be pretty awesome. Spherical Man said, yeah, I didn't like season 1 of Arrow until the last episode. And look, I made a comment, right? And I said, I think this is far and away the best TV show we've ever, and I made a mistake. I said best TV show. I meant best DC TV show. It's not the best TV show ever. But it's the best DC TV show to me. It does succeed a lot of the other stuff, especially the Titans crap and the Doom Patrol stuff.
Oh, I'll go a step further. I thought this is better than all the Marvel, DC plus Marvel, Disney plus Marvel shows combined. I thought this was way better. It was on a whole other level, while it still had the sort of comedic charm that Marvel tries to kind of copy and paste into every film. But we'll get into that more.
Yeah. And then let's see here. I had to unfollow a bunch of people. A lot of yes, I completely agree. Austin, Jack, quick question. After the series, will Gunn be either the new Snyder or will become DC's? Look, I don't think so, but I think they're gonna double down on Gunn. Sure, they're gonna give him some extra. I mean, look, he has been able to handle an ensemble incredibly well. Lots of characters. He's shown that he can handle a character that people basically hate, and basically did a whole campaign on Twitter for, saying we don't want this fucking show.
Yeah.
He's able to turn a lot of minds around with the writing and with the way that he approached the character and the heartfulness of the show. This guy proved he's a talent worth keeping around. I don't think he's the next Snyder. I don't think he's the next Feige or anything, but I think he's definitely got some more stories to tell over at DC for sure. JIVIN Check, I have a question. Remember what Walter Hamada said, that 2017 Justice League is being erased in the Flash movie because it never happens.
Did he ever say that? I don't think so.
He did not ever say that.
That's been fan speculation, but
that you probably got that from the Snyder bro, Hunter.
Yeah. No, listen, I've been watching it all morning, and I understand. Look, those of you who hated it, do not think that we're against you. If you didn't like it, be honest. I'm glad you're being blunt about it. But there are some people who already hated this before they ever saw it. Because I will say this. I saw the Suicide Squad back in theaters back in August. I watched it again with my sister when I came home, and I have never watched it again. I've never had an inkling to go back and watch it. This show, I went back and watched because I felt there was always something else going on underneath what you just see. Does the dialogue get a little bit tiresome for me at times? Yeah, when everything, you can almost tell it's going to become campy. But I think this did something that Marvel cannot do on its TV shows: balance the humor.
You got a main character.
Serious moments.
You got Aquaman.
Certain characters died, and they're not coming back.
You got Aquaman looking at Flash going, "Fuck you, Barry."
Yeah.
Couldn't have asked for anything better. I could not have asked for anything better, Jack. I just want to make that clear. And also,
listen, here's what I liked about that. This show did not need that cameo, and it still would have been good. If this was, I feel like a Star Wars show, they were like, we need the cameo so people will love it. I didn't need the cameo, but it was okay. But you know what? Let's knock that out right off the bat. So, spoiler alert, at the end, the Justice League show up. After everything's been said and done. Oh, yeah, sorry.
We'll do that. What's the Jeopardy? I forgot the Jeopardy. There you go. But no, RJ, gotta love when Snyder fans call you a shill, bully, demon for simply enjoying a show. And I'll continue to prove the anti-Snyder fans correct. Your fan base is toxic.
Let me play devil's advocate for the ones who are upset about this show. I think here's the thing: they want the Snyderverse restored. We want to see Affleck continue as Batman at post Flash. We want to see the Dark Side storyline and all that. The fear is on their side that if we are happy with the post Snyder stuff, whether it be the Suicide Squad, whether it be whatever the hell the Flash is going to be, whatever Peacemaker was, if we're satisfied with that, then they will have won. So even if it is good, we can't like it, because if we like it, we're basically saying, "Oh, Walter Hamada was right." Toby Emmerich was right.
You're disavowing all of Snyder's work and everything that he's done, and oh my gosh, you never were a fan of Snyder's stuff, and you don't like real DC content, man. You don't like real serious DC, man. They turn them into jokes, dude. People are. It's at this point, yes. At this point, yes. It's funny to see people tweet out and go, "This ruined the Justice League." If that ruined the Justice League for you, that moment, not gonna lie, you probably don't know too much about the Justice League.
Yeah. Well, okay, so this is what happens. The Justice League arrive. By the way, that is Henry Cavill's Superman. Obviously, they had to use a body double or something, but if you look at the silhouette, that was Henry Cavill's Superman, which means Henry Cavill is still the canon Superman. The Batman not showing up, I understand, because we don't know what the hell is going to happen to the Flash. That clearly was not Gal Gadot. I don't think she would ever show up in this type of show. She's too classy for that. She's like,
hey, you never know, Mitch. You never know. You never know.
You never know. But okay, so Barry and Aquaman have words.
Yes, they have some words, and obviously,
you're effing late, you dickheads.
And he says, "Why don't you go fuck the fish?" Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And Aquaman says, "I really hate that rumor," and Barry's like, It is true. And he curses at him, right?
Yeah.
A lot of fans feel that this is crapping. Some fans feel that this is crapping on the Snyder stuff, which I don't think it is, because you could also make the case that this is the Joss.
Hey, remember when everybody was so happy that Snyder's Batman said "fuck you" to the Joker?
Oh, we're monetized.
I'm sorry.
But here's the thing. I'm surprised no one's noticed that Superman was wearing blue and red and not wearing a black suit. I was like, I'm waiting for someone to like point that out and be like, oh, this is Joss Whedon's Superman.
RJ, check your Twitter.
Yeah.
I have never used the block button more than Look, here's the thing. Good thing I watched Peacemaker.
Let's get this out because, guys, I wrote notes. I have some great themes and connective tissue. And
go through the chat is
about climate change or mass mandates. It's in this episode, and I want to talk about that because I think there was a lot going on in here. Dude, the triggering moment for him was the kid murdering his brother, which he relived when he killed Rick Flag. Welcome RJ to or not? Oh, that's Enosh. That was Enosh.
That's not RJ.
Bring it on in. Bring it on in.
Oh, wait a minute. Maybe it's Enosh. It's definitely RJ disguised as Enosh.
Is that RJ? RJ, welcome to back.
Hey, quote unquote. Oh my God, it's Enosh. Oh God,
I thought your name was RJ. It's Enosh.
All right. Good stuff.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out a way because I was going to ask you guys if it was okay if I joined in.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
But the thing was I can't get in if I come in because I own the channel. If I come in, it was like it won't let me in the backstage area to just like ask you guys a question. So like I came in, I realized that's why I removed myself.
We're like the Agents of Shield, and you're Nick Fury when we need a ratings boost. So when you come up, the viewer count jumps, so we can trick people into the algorithms. I was actually going to ask.
It's all a sick ploy to promote ourselves.
Yeah,
it's good. It's all good. It's all good.
And you got a haircut.
I did. I got this haircut.
You look good, man. Look at you.
And your teeth look great.
Yeah, the teeth look great. Everything's very nice.
I didn't see the opening skit.
See, the great thing is like when you're brushing your teeth, you can do that many times. That take, you don't have to do it all in one take. Which I had to do the pee thing in one take. So it's like then I got a little more, critiquing. It still wasn't what I wanted it to be, but it's all good. It's all good. I brushed my teeth for quite a while today, maybe like 15 minutes. Yeah, like 15 minutes worth of brushing my teeth. But no, it's all good. And look to all those watching, thank you.
Yes,
thank you guys for your support of Jiving with Jack. We appreciate that. And I'm not going to be here in every episode, just coming in and messing with these guys, but congratulations on your first show. Thanks. And now you guys are definitely into this and it's all good. And can I just say I love the fact that you guys come in and immediately there's controversy. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you to all those who are watching right now, who are clipping the show. And we appreciate you and sending it to people that you think that we hate, that we don't. That's great too. Because you guys, I love how people think that they watch and people don't communicate and talk.
Yeah.
They
I learned today that I was created and then stolen. I was like, oh,
you were.
Yes.
You were. Same as me as well.
Yes,
absolutely stolen.
You are our creator.
Well, I put the headline. I said, "Our dear leader's about to speak. Please rise." I put that title there before I spoke, and I
appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's silly. It's silly because here's the thing. I just want to publicly say, I love Ty. I don't have any problem with Ty. I didn't go after Ty. Even the peeing thing. It was a joke. It was literally a response to a 2-hour video called "Jiving with Joe." that was just that they acted like it was a joke. They trolled us, we trolled them. Guys, it's called humor.
Yeah.
Take the stick out of your butt, all right, and understand it's humor. I love Ty. I'm not saying that to Ty. I'm saying that to the people who trying to cause division and trying to cause problems. But normally I wouldn't address that, except for the fact that I wanted to bring it up because actually one of the things you guys I just wanted to tell everybody looking forward here on the channel, I wanted to shout out my condolences to Ty because Ty went through a house fire yesterday. There was a car that was on fire and they had some loss and some different things. And so I reached out to Ty earlier today and, I told him, I'm praying for him. I hope everything goes well. And apparently there's going to be a GoFundMe, so we may post that. So just wanted everybody to know that. So there you go. We love Ty. We don't have a problem with Ty. And we want to support Ty and Pop Culture Corner. I love those guys. I love, him and everything. And there was no, I love it. I stole you. I did not steal this.
By the way,
guy.
Ty didn't say that. Someone else was saying it. And I'm like, where's that coming from?
Exactly. So, look, there was a change. That's all.
Yeah.
There was literally just a change. And I wasn't even part of that to begin with.
Yeah.
You weren't even coming here.
Yeah.
Yep. I should have let the 4 nerds have you.
Okay. So if you wonder why I thank the 4 nerds, because me and Dawson have been talking, and then I asked Enosh for advice, and Enosh said, "This is what I'm doing," and we had conversations for about a month almost, between.
It was forever.
And Dawson is still cool with me. I give props to Dawson. He's so cool about it. He's going to be on Jivin with Jack some point soon, and we're thinking of coming up a segment. I got to convince him because he hates rap music called Dawson Reads Rap Lyrics. And of course, he's going to have to say expletive deleted anytime a curse word comes up, and then he gives his review of the lyrics. But I'm trying to convince him to do that as a segment.
I like it.
Brilliant.
I like it.
I love it.
I like it. Yeah, no, like we're not a bunch of enemies around here. Like I know that you guys, people take this this YouTube thing really serious, man. Like
they love what people love a good drama and feud. And why do you think the Kardashians are successful and everything else and stuff? So
we
they
could
can
be
create
the
stuff in their mind. We could
be the Kardashians.
We really could. You can be our Kris Jenner. We can be. I'll be your Kim. Jack will be Chloe.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can I just be Ray J?
RJ will be Kendall. Wow.
What an entrance. Okay. Hi, what's up?
I'm just saying, Austin, can I? I mean, that would be.
Yes, you know what? You be Ray J. I'll take the Kris Jenner role. There we go.
I'm just saying. I think he was the one who came out the best out of all that.
He certainly.
I mean, not financially,
he did come out the best.
I mean,
you definitely got the best rap diss that you can ever get. So.
Yeah, I mean, Jivin with Jack, it made a comeback here with season 2, just like Kim Kardashian did in that video.
Yeah.
No, there's a difference there. Like Peacemaker said, there's a difference between, coming back and never mind.
Oh boy.
RJ,
hey, look at there.
Whoa!
Oh, Cylon Scotty.
Look at there. Now I got to pay you. Everyone. Darn it, Cylon.
See what you've done?
See what you've done, Cylon. Now I got to do math. Now I got to pay these guys.
I was nothing.
Something.
Now I'm getting above nothing. Next to nothing.
There you go.
Darn it all, Scotty.
Scotty, you just
thank you.
You just bought me. Let me tell you, you just bought me my crumbs for the week from Jack. Thank you so much. Jack, you know what? With $20, I want my box of crumbs expedited this week. Okay, I want it. Yeah. I want it on rush order. I got the money now.
And we know Austin hits the pipe, so time goes really slow for him. So it's got to be extra quick.
Very extra quick.
Yeah, I'm still somehow. It's funny. It's a running joke that I am the one who got Cowboy Bebop canceled. I wish I had that power, but I don't. But
no, I refuse to watch it.
I kind of have to agree. I know you were pretty hating on Cowboy Bebop. Dude,
I don't dislike things very often. So when I dislike something,
I think it's just because you don't know much about Cowboy Bebop to begin with, as far as my sources.
Well, sometimes what I'll say is, you don't know what I know sometimes,
Well, you know what? That's true. But you know what? Never mind.
Never mind.
I do know this. I do know this. I do know that you were absolutely asked specific points that you didn't know.
I don't remember.
Have you learned those specific points?
I don't remember that conversation. I had to go back and look. But
okay, so you're pulling the Reagan defense.
The Reagan defense?
Well,
you're too young to even remember
Reaganomics.
The Reagan defense.
No, Reaganomics.
Reaganomics. No. The Reagan defense is like, I do not recall.
I plead the
did not
fifth.
exchange weapons for hostages.
I do not recall that conversation. No, I'm just messing. I don't even know anything about Cowboy Bebop, so I don't care.
Right? Yeah. No.
I still
Total
haven't
non
watched
sequitur. RJ, I haven't noticed it before, but you
I
kind
will
of sound
say
a
this
little bit
though.
like
I will say
Keaton.
this though. You don't know what I know. That's
Mhm.
the difference. Can we talk about like I'm just gonna give you my little little thing here before I have to go because I gotta go.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need
Peacemaker.
your thoughts on the Dash.
Peacemaker. Great finale.
Mhm.
It was good to see Ezra.
Mhm.
I knew Ezra was going to be in it. I did not know what.
See, I had only heard about
what level.
Yeah, I had only heard about Jason, and then the Ezra thing was new for me. That was a rumor going on last week.
But the funny thing is like I knew Ezra was coming because I had been straight up told Ezra was coming because people that I've been talking to lately told me that like they were on the set, that like they took him there, he was coming, but I was told I couldn't say anything about that. And I was like, darn. So we had that conversation. So I knew Ezra was coming, and obviously he was there. I did not know about the Jason Momoa thing though.
Yeah.
Like the Jason Momoa thing was actually the surprise for me. Because I didn't know about the Jason Momoa thing.
Yeah, that you
but
would
I
get
knew
him
about
both.
Ezra.
Yeah.
But I knew about
And-
Jason Momoa. So, and look, I don't care about the Shadow, Silent Superman, and Wonder Woman.
You could see
and
Henry
Batman.
Cavill's side profile of his
Oh, yeah,
face.
that was
you could
Henry.
see it.
Supposed to
That
be
was
Henry
Henry.
Cavill.
That was
Yeah.
Henry. I mean,
Yeah.
you
Not
saw
like
the
that was
shadow, but it was
that
meant
was
to be
Tyler
him.
heckling or anything. That was like yeah.
That was Henry Cavill's Superman.
So I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about Batman. I know that there are people fighting for Ray Fisher to come back. So, you know what? Stop griping about everything. Not telling you guys on this panel. I'm not telling you because I was just talking to
You
RJ.
guys watching are cool.
RJ.
Yeah.
All these people who are like raging today about the whole thing. Time means everything.
Did you
And,
find the cameo disrespectful? I've seen
No, I
that,
didn't
that word
find
thrown
the
around a lot.
cameo. Why would I find the cameo disrespectful? I literally
Well,
got to see
the
Ezra Miller back
yeah.
back in the Flash suit. I got to see him back. Do I sound like a robot?
Yeah.
A little bit,
bit,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys do
Dom
too.
arigato,
It's this
Mr.
phone.
Robot.
This phone. I thought that the phone was fixed, but anyways, I got to see the Flash back in his actual like suit from the Snyderverse. Got to see Jason Momoa reprise that role. It was funny. There was nothing wrong with it. Of course, they weren't. You know what? They didn't have to bring Superman and Wonder Woman into it. To be honest,
No,
with you.
they didn't need to.
They didn't need to. Which you can debate on whether or not that was a good call, but I think they just wanted to show that the Justice League was there. It could have just been the Flash and Aquaman that showed up, for God's sake. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't have to be everybody, but that's another critique. As far as it being disrespectful, how is it disrespectful that you had characters from that universe actually be there?
Well, okay, to explain, the controversy is that they think it's disrespectful because they made the fish joke, and they said, well, Zach and James wanted so much to repair Aquaman's reputation. Now we're back to making fish jokes. So I'm like, this has been built up the whole season. Like, that's the whole point. It's the climax to a joke the whole season.
I don't care. You know why? Because they made jokes about every superhero all season. There was poop jokes about Superman. There were jokes about Batman calling Batman a pussy. There were jokes about Aquaman having sex with fish, right? Whatever. Who cares? But you know what the best part of it is? Is Jason Momoa doesn't give an F because Jason Momoa is a confident SOB who can overcome any fish joke that you want to tell. Because he's awesome as Aquaman.
Well,
Aquaman
also
isn't a wussy little character anymore.
And if it was meant to be disrespectful, I don't think Jason would have done it. He would have been like, nah.
No. There's an interview in Variety. Jason and Ezra, they were pitched the idea and they said yes, they wanted to do it.
Yeah,
they were on board with it, and he told
them
like
what the studio forced Jason to show up.
And James Gunn told Jason what the joke was going to be, and he laughed and said, "Sure, I'm down for it." Yeah, so
exactly.
The man himself is okay.
That's what I'm saying. The man is confident in his own character. He's confident in who he is. So all these people trying to gatekeep and trying to make up what is okay or what is acceptable and what's not, nothing is ever going to be acceptable to you. And I swear to God, it's just people who sit there and act like if it's anything other than Zack Snyder writing it, directing it, and putting it into play, they're not going to accept it. Well, too bad. Because you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah,
That's not gonna, even if the Snyderverse continues, there's going to be other stuff like that is not Zack Snyder. You're going to just sit around for the rest of your life and just be angry?
Yep.
Why?
Yeah, that's what I wonder with the boycott. Like, it's sort of like, wait, are you going to boycott DC properties forever, like till the day you die, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? It makes no sense to me. And number two, look, I was telling this to Austin earlier. It seems to me some people had their minds made up about this show before it ever came out.
Yes.
But that does not mean this show is not above criticism. And we're going to get into some of the criticism I have, but I like the show a lot. I think it is, I said this at the beginning of the show, I think it's way better than anything that Disney Plus put out last year or this year. I like the fact that I didn't know where the story was going, that there's a lot of stuff going on underneath the story, the surface of the story. And that's something that James Gunn has given us. And I'm so happy there's going to be a season 2. They have a lot to top. That does not mean it's above criticism. But when people immediately say, coming from a Snyder perspective, I feel like, you know what? If at the last moment it said produced by Zack Snyder, they'd be like, oh, never mind. You know.
Possibly, yeah.
Hey, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go. So
okay.
I'm gonna talk to y'all later. But hey, have a good show. Congratulations. Just know everybody loves everybody. We're all good. It's all good in the hood. So
yeah.
All right. Love y'all.
All right. Hey, boss, if you come back, let us know.
Can you kick me out? You kick me out.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do all that stuff. Thank you.
All right.
Yep.
How do I get him? He's just in the background now. How do I get rid of him completely?
He'll end it, but he's in the back.
Okay, he'll do it himself.
Yeah.
All right, let's coalesce around this because there's a lot I want to talk to you about. In fact, I was not planning for this entire episode to be about Peacemaker.
Yeah.
But when I saw the episode, I loved it. I went on Twitter and I saw how people were upset about it. I said,
and you're absolutely right, though, Jack, that this episode, even without the cameo, it was a great finale.
It's a good episode.
Yeah. And that's the best part. They saved that part. Like, they'd already done everything.
You didn't need, like, the cameo, if it wasn't in the episode, it would have been perfectly fine.
Oh,
It still would have been solid,
It was a cherry on top, and a great cherry on top.
Great cherry on top. And look, I can understand, I was talking to one of our friends earlier. I was talking to Dawson earlier, and I understand his things. I love Dawson. I think I understand where he's coming from because he doesn't like that type of crass humor. And guess what? This guy is not a big fan of that type of humor either. But the same thing with like crass dialogue. It's not just that alone. There's a lot going on in the story. John Cena is a phenomenal actor. I never thought I would say that. I never say he was a bad actor. But the range of emotions that he does, this is easily a role that could go wrong. He brings like this childlike quality to it. And that is not easy. Like, I love this scene right here where he puts up his arms like, he's like, hey, kids, look at my muscles. He sings and dances his underwear. We've all done that. Anthony Beltray.
This is true. Also, thank you, Anthony, for the $2 super chat.
Mayo.
Yes, Caden is out with his girl named Mayo. That is true. We now call him Mayo. He is Mayo. But yes, thank you. Thank you.
No, what I was going to say was, for me, like, I liked Cena's performance throughout, but for me, what really sold it was episode 7. Because we can talk spoilers, right?
Yeah. We're already going spoilers. Yeah.
Okay. When he killed Robert Patrick, when he killed his father, and the emotion on his face, just him breaking down crying, I'm like, oh shit, like, this is like, he's really going for it, It's some really heavy emotional acting. And even in this episode where he's haunted by the visions of his dad, or his dad's not leaving him every time he's about to kill somebody, or and I love that too, because that's how you keep Robert Patrick still in the show. It's a trope we see a lot of. Well, it's like, oh, they're haunted by the spirit of like this of another character. But I feel like the show will be able to play with that a lot in the second season. So I'm glad they found a way to keep Robert Patrick around,
Yeah. And he's a great character, by the way. I don't know if we're allowed to say that, but he is a great character.
Oh yeah, he's such a scumbag, but it's a great villain.
But he's a good he's good at playing that, and he has just that look to him, like, he just played off so well off everyone. Everyone in the show was well cast, and for me, I liked episode 3. I loved episode 4 with the House of Pain ending. But for me, when the cops, that music montage that plays Monster and all
that was phenomenal.
He basically killed off all these characters in one go. Because I was hoping maybe that they can remove the butterflies and would save them. No,
because I like the cops.
He took risks with this. He killed off most of the cast of the show the second those butterflies went in. It's like, oh, they're gone, and they ain't coming back. Sophie Song ain't come back, and I always forget her partner.
Well,
They're gone.
and look, we do have to remember too, like, you know, there was a moment where I thought, oh gosh, Hardcore might kick the bucket.
I thought Vigilante was going to die. I thought that was going to be.
That's what I love about their mistakes, though. Like, they actually made you think these characters could die. You know?
Yeah, and I love this. I love how it ended exactly. Goff, he's still chilling with Goff and stuff. And
I thought that was. I was wondering if that was going to come back, because when Goff took over Detective Song, he said, "Oh, those two idiots" or whatever. I'm like, "Oh, I guess he forgot all the good times they had." And you know that the butterflies, from their perspective, were not. I mean, this is true of any good villain. From their perspective, hey, we're trying to save your planet because you're going down the same path we did, and we're going to have to, you know, it's very Machiavellian. We have to do whatever we have to save your planet. And
Peacemaker's own motto.
He basically shot Sophie in the chest, or I think her name is Sophie, right? I might be making that up.
Yeah, I just called her Detective Song.
Detective Song shot her in the chest so that the butterfly could escape. He didn't try to stop the Goff butterfly. But as for it not be, I thought this would make Snyder fans happy. I'm a Snyder fan. It made me happy to see the Justice League. Hey, guys, this is Henry Cavill. It is Jason Momoa. It is Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman, even though we, you know, obviously it was probably a body stand-in. And Ezra Miller's Flash, you know. And it kind of, for me, it almost was like a little knock at Marvel, because especially in Phase 2, when all this world-ending stuff happens in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Avengers never show up. Like Captain America is fighting, you know, S.H.I.E.L.D. and Hydra all by himself. No one shows up. You know, Thor: The Dark World, London's being destroyed. No one shows up. Iron Man 3, his house gets destroyed. No one shows up. But I hear it's like, yeah, we arrived, we're late. You know, because even I was talking to Dawson about this. Like, you'd think the Justice League or someone would show up at some point. Like, why are they giving it to this one guy and this team of misfits? And I think that Amanda was basically punishing them and was really going to let the Justice League handle it. And that's a great arc for Peacemaker. You know, he actually becomes the hero. And that
Mm-hmm.
too. It's like they get there. It's like, you're too late, you dickheads. You got here.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And yeah, I again, like you guys pointed out and stuff, it was great to know that. Look, you see Henry's full profile in it. You know that's Henry Cavill.
And I think Enosh put it well too. They didn't have to include Superman or Wonder Woman. They didn't have to.
Yeah.
To me,
they did not. Yeah.
To me, it shows, at least for me, because again, I haven't read that full interview of Variety where he kind of breaks down the cameos and what went into that. But for me, it kind of like speaks to the fact that I think that there's still a future, at least for Henry Cavill, especially. That's something
that's the first thought that crossed my mind.
100%.
Like, because again, if they were so adamant about not having him there, like they did with Batman and Cyborg, which isn't ideal. I understand that it's not ideal. I'd like to have them included too, but given the circumstances, it is what it is.
Well, look, I put that on
there
there because Affleck is the one who wanted to stay. Because I always thought that they kicked Affleck out, and he said, "But no, Affleck is double down." He walked away. I want Affleck's Batman. I want to see that Batman story but he walked away. So, as for Ray Fisher, I got in trouble for this. I think Ray should have taken the very weak peace offering that they made, shown up in the Flash, and then once he had a little bit of standing, then opened his mouth. You got to, when you open your mouth in a power structure, you got to make sure you have a little power before you ruin anything. But okay, so Ray's not there. Maybe Ray's off doing, or Cyborg's doing something else. He was flying there. He just didn't talk. I don't think Superman would. Yeah, true. He didn't say anything, but. It also makes sense that if Batman were there, like I can't imagine Peacemaker running his mouth and Batman not doing anything about it. Like he just sit there like. And remember, Superman's a Boy Scout. He's not going to react to that.
I don't know. This is my thing. I think it's really funny. There's some people out there who looked at the humor and they compared what Flash and Aquaman to Joss Whedon's versions of the characters.
This was written
right?
way better than a Joss Whedon.
And
I'm sorry.
Right, and they go back to the oh wow, look, they're going back to that. Well, okay, first of all, we got to address some things with that. Everybody's acting, like those jokes in the Whedon movie came across. They did. Everybody know, like that Whedon movie is not liked by a lot of people. Like it's not. So the content, like here. This show was humorous the whole time. It had a tone. It kept that tone. And so when the Justice League shows up in Peacemaker's show, doing the humor that Peacemaker's been doing for 7 episodes.
Yeah.
guess what? That makes sense.
Mhm.
That's how you write a story. You don't
Yeah,
just start
nothing
letting
in nothing in this finale was inconsistent to what the show has been this entire time.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, let's talk about Peacemaker's arc for a second. So we know he went to jail for something. They ask him what, he says integrity. But the triggering moment, he doesn't want to kill human beings anymore. Why? Rick Flag's death affected him the same way that killing his own brother did. He killed two people who weren't bad for the greater good, and it's bothering him. That's where his arc starts. And the arc ends when he doesn't kill his enemy. He kills the Cow Moo thing, but he doesn't kill Goff. Like, the ending would have, should have, you think logically, again, this is what I liked about the show. I didn't quite know where it was going in times. He doesn't kill Goff. He killed two of his friends. He killed his brother, and he killed, not really his friend, but he killed a good man in Rick Flag. And he's having PTSD because of that. And then he spares his enemy, for better or worse. Mm-hmm. And you see him go through these music montages where he's by himself, whether it's after he's with the rocker chick and he's singing. You see, like, this guy has a lot of pain behind everything. And Cena, I never thought I'd be a John Cena fan, but, like, holy crap, he really, like, ratcheted up his acting skills on this. One of my favorite parts is when he sings House of Pain, he gets stoned, and he just collapses on the ground. Mm-hmm. The show did a really good job of showing what a character can go through based on something that happened outside of the show, the killing of his brother and the killing of Rick Flag. And he doesn't want to be a killer anymore. It's like, what if the Punisher got a conscience again? So, you know, he sees himself as something he's not. He sees himself as a great, like, hero at the beginning. He realizes that, I am a POS, piece of crap. And I got to applaud that in terms of writing. I got to applaud that because that's not what I'm seeing in other comic book shows, Marvel or DC. Sans the Netflix shows.
Well, and again, RJ made a great point. And this is just with all of James Gunn's content.
Yeah.
It's the stakes. There's stakes to this. This isn't, you actually have to worry about characters may not make it out whereas, you watch a Marvel show, you're very confident most everyone's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And so, and Cylon, I actually, right.
We forgot about Myrn. Myrn died.
Myrn died. Yep. But Peacemaker.
Like,
yep.
Yeah. Not only did Myrn die, but it was sad.
It was sad.
It's like petting the little butterfly, like touching his little hand. Is like that butterfly dies, and the performance when the Myrn as the butterfly, basically says, "I had to take over this guy. Like, I feel his pain. Like, it sucks. I don't like taking over this guy's body, but I had to do what I had to do."
But now we know Myrn is returning, correct?
No,
isn't he coming back for Black? Somebody from the show is going to be in Black Adam.
Harcourt, Jennifer Holland.
Really?
That's the rumor, at least. Yeah, Jennifer Holland will be in Black Adam.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean,
there are rumors that Black Adam's going to have major connections to Peacemaker with Harcourt and potentially Amanda Waller showing up, but it's just a rumor.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd be down with that, and I mean, even in the last battle, Harcourt looked like she was about to die.
Yeah.
Vigilante, I was surprised made it. I was like, they're setting this kid to die up horribly, and it's going to be a moment for Peacemaker. I'm like, they're setting this kid up to get killed horribly.
He's being set up to be a major character.
You think so? Okay, all right.
Oh,
I'm
come
not
on.
He's comic counterpart, but like
he's the Deadpool of the DC universe, basically.
Okay, well, that's what I said. Remember when we reviewed the first episode? I'm like, I'm getting like Ryan Reynolds Deadpool vibes,
Right. Rhea, hello, Rhea. Shout out, Rhea.
Hey, Rhea's here. I'm so sorry I'm not watching the chat as much as I should be. Rhea's here.
No, I got it.
Monkey Jeebus. I was like 57. Toronto Freddy.
I love the Abadiah scene. She just goes off on him, and then torpedo and just straight into a wall.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Then they did the human torpedo to the. I felt so bad for the cow. It looked like it's such a cute, innocent creature. It's just like
I thought that's where
Hold on. You thought that was cute?
Oh yeah,
cute. Not cute.
Did you just call that thing cute?
But I mean, like, okay, we're not.
Austin
cute,
hates
but
overweight people. Go ahead and say it, Austin.
Do you want a pet? A pet butterfly cow?
I would pet it, sure.
Look, I thought they were going to go in the direction that this thing was a victim, like
some
kind of.
It felt like I felt bad for it.
Like animal farming, like that Joaquin Phoenix speech about milk. Like, oh, this poor thing. Oh, he's just sitting there. He can't do anything.
Listen, was it scary a little bit? Yeah, but I mean, I felt bad. I guess my point is, I felt bad for it. I felt bad for the creature.
And RJ is an animal lover, ladies and gentlemen, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Monkey Jeebus, you know what? I never liked Cena as a wrestler, but now I'm kind of becoming a fan. When he comes back, I'm going to be like, Peacemaker! Maybe he is back. I have not watched in a while.
But
well,
no,
it's very quite clear. And Cena's character was kind of evil. Not evil. Well, yeah, he wasn't a good guy.
He was an antagonist in that movie.
Villain.
Yeah.
He was the villain because more so than even the kaiju because, he betrayed everyone around him. And so this show took its time to kind of show. I mean, one of my favorite scenes, again, it's a bit goofy, is when he gets to his cabin for the first time and he's like, I killed Rick Flag. Everyone hates me. And again, that can be done so badly. But you believe it. You're like, yeah, this big man baby is crying because no one really likes him. And then Vigilante's out there. Like the one person who actually likes him, he kind of can't stand, and that's Vigilante.
I agree.
And I love that. Why would Vigilante like him? Why should he like somebody who,
And hey, Silent Scotty, I completely agree. I was just obviously joking. I meant with the kaijus and the CGI stuff. But no, do you want my honest opinion? In those Planet of the Apes movies that Matt Reeves did, I was rooting for the apes. I was like, kill all the humans. We don't need to be around. You guys got this. I'm with the apes. So I agree.
So real quick, RJ, you have a bit of news for us. I was going to announce it, but I'm like, this is your news since we are talking about the Snyderverse.
Whoa.
I think this is some of the pro Snyder people, of which I am, might be kind of pleased to hear.
So Deadline put out this article talking about the merger and some of the expectations internally. They're reporting that internally the rumor is in Hollywood that both Jason Kilar and Ann Sarnoff will no longer be a part of the new Warner Discovery, that they will be replaced. So we knew Jason Kilar was out, but Ann Sarnoff is apparently now out as well.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that's hope, but like, who knows what the next person might decide? I still think we might get an alternate series on HBO Max that continues the original Snyder Cut story. I know I want to see it.
The biggest hurdle right now is still Toby Emmerich, and that's still the biggest hurdle. Well, and I know people don't like Walter Hamada is not really, how to put this? I had to put this in a very gentle way. I don't think he's necessarily a big obstacle. I think he's just a company man who's doing what he's instructed to do. So if he changes bosses, I think that he would ultimately do what they ask of him. Right?
Exactly.
You got to understand, Hamada's job, and Hamada was brought in not because of his creative stuff with the DC. He was brought in because he's the only person at Warner Brothers who has put together a successful cinematic universe. He's the man behind the Conjuring movies, behind the Conjuring universe, right? Yeah. So not just the Conjuring movies, but Annabelle, the Nun, all of those that have gone on to be really, really successful.
La Llorona, that's all connected.
That's the importance of Walter Hamada, right? And you see that because look, Aquaman made $1 billion. These movies are making $1 billion. Did he mess up with Joker? Yes, he messed up with Joker. But the other movies, Shazam did really well. All these other movies, it did well, and then we hit the pandemic, and people are trying to use that stuff. But here's
why Hamada gets thrown under the bus because Ray said that, from what I can tell, and I'm trying to look at this as unbiased as I can. It seems to me Hamada was given the job of let's make some peace between Ray Fisher and Jeff Johns or whatever. And Hamada was put in that awkward position that didn't work out. And then Ray threw him under the bus also and said, he is also a racist. I'm like, and I was like, oh, wait, please don't throw that word around so,
lightly.
So lightly. Yeah, please. Because look, the guy's Asian American. Yes, anyone can be racist. Anyone can be racist. But I'm like, come on, you're telling me that this guy is a racist because he tried to make peace between you and everyone has humanity. So and I think that's where the hate for Hamada really boiled. Hamada is a racist too.
And look, Music Man too. I kind of agree. Like I don't have too much of a problem with, and it's shocking to me that all of a sudden the Snyder fandom just hates him so much because he was so supportive and all behind it and all of it. I don't know. So it's weird. I kind of agree. I don't know why. I mean, I think the biggest thing as to why he would get fired and leave is because The day and date
Well,
release.
see, even that thing though, the day and date thing, that was more so Toby Emmerich. That was more so his idea than anyone else's. I mean, Jason Keeler was just the one who got on board with it. So we'll see.
A lot of times when they bring in new people, the new people say, "I want to bring in my own people." So it's sort of like cleaning house. You get rid of everyone, good and bad, so that whoever the new people are going to be.
And like I said, the biggest obstacle now is Toby Emmerich. So if he's gone, then y'all have a lot more hope than you. I mean, this is still a good thing if you're hoping and you're holding out hope. But right now, the biggest obstacle is still Toby Emmerich. So
nice analysis there. Vigilante is Peacemaker's adoptive brother, now to replace the one he killed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this show. I still would have wanted. You know what? I don't think Bloodsport did it for me. I liked him when I saw the movie, but I could care less if I ever see Bloodsport again.
Oh, I love Blood. No, I think he's going to be a major player too.
Oh yeah, he will. But like, I could, whatever. I didn't like fall in love with the guy like the way everyone else did. We're like, oh, it's Idris Elba. And I'm like, okay.
I think James Gunn did say there is going to be another Suicide Squad spinoff show. I don't know what it could be. Crossing my fingers, either Ratcatcher or Bloodsport, because I think that would be really cool. But
Ratcatcher was a character I liked a lot. I like that character a lot.
Here's my question. Any execs that said anything bad about the fans need to go? I'm curious. Did any execs say anything bad about the fans?
Ann Sarnoff was the one who basically said the Snyder fandom is toxic, and she basically said that there's no place for hate and all that stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, she was the one who, she was the head of that. Remember when the Snyder Cut came out and they put out that article saying, we're not doing the Ayer cut, we're doing our own thing, we're not continuing this or that, like a couple of days after it got released. Yeah, that was all Ann Sarnoff. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And look, some of the leadership, the fact that none of them reached out to Zach after the movie came out, even just to say congratulations, that the Russo brothers at Marvel reached out on Twitter and publicly congratulated him. It was a little bit of a dickish move that, but that's how they are. But it's if there is a cleaning of house, some fans are hoping, and I do not think this is a realistic expectation, that once, let's say the merger is completed in April, they contact Zach, we want you to do Justice League 2, that they're now going to reshoot whatever the Flash is doing, like reshoot it and make another movie so it suits Zach's universe. I do not think that's going to happen. Whatever Justice League 2 is going to be, even if Zach makes it, will not be the Justice League 2 that he originally planned. It will have to be
they can do whatever they want theatrically.
To include Ratcatcher. I'd want to see Peacemaker in it. I'd want to see Shazam in it, or technically Captain Marvel. But if that's how it's going to have to be. And I think a lot of hate towards James Gunn. Let me put this out there. James and him are very good friends. They started their careers essentially together. James Gunn wrote Dawn of the Dead, which catapulted Zach. So these two men know each other. And it's not like they see each other at Oscar parties only. They know each other. They're very good friends. Not one has ever said a bad word about the other. So this idea that maybe, James is sort of like this insidious sort of character conspiracy, there's a conspiracy he's redirecting the DCEU. We can't do this at every time a property comes out that we say, oh, this is part of the conspiracy to erase Zach's films. There was nothing in this that erased Zach's films or even Joss Whedon's version. It's just a story. And we don't know what the Flash is going to do. But like I said, it seemed to me people were wanting to hate this before it ever came out. But yeah, Tarun, let me get to you. Ann Sarnoff is gone. Austin's going to go potty. RJ, I'm going to move you up.
Sure.
I like your background, though, by the way.
Thank you.
Toronto Freddy says, how does Gunn continue to make me have emotional to effing CGI characters? Again, that's good writing. And I'm going to say this, and I got trouble for this. Those who watch season 1 John Jack, I was not crazy about Disney Plus's Marvel. With the exception of Loki, I thought it was cookie cutter. In the same way I felt about the Boba Fett show. It was just like, here are things happening to people you like. And they're really counting on you to love Wanda and to love Falcon and to love Boba Fett. So we're not going to give you a compelling story. We're just going to show them do that, stuff. And they earned it for every character. Every single look, RJ, I am terrible with names. I have this problem in life. In business meetings, I have a notepad so I can write down names. I have an issue at Quizzo. Well, especially women get upset when you don't remember their names. But I will tell you the names of every character in the show. Detective Song, I can't remember his name. this guy who I really didn't like until this last episode, Economos. It doesn't help that other names written here too, but Hardcore. I remember their names. Adebayo, I remember their names because they're memorable characters. And anyway, what was your? Did you like this show or no? Do you think it's being overrated or underrated?
Okay. If you would have told me a year ago, Jack, that I would walk away saying that Peacemaker was better than the Book of Boba Fett, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah.
The show is better than the Book of Boba Fett, and it was better than Hawkeye. This was easily one of the best shows I've watched in a long time. I thoroughly enjoyed this, and I'm going to be honest with you. I was a little worried because
so was I.
Because it was a meme for a while, Jack, last year. Because I was like, you know what, Peacemaker's coming out. I know nobody's excited for the show, but give Peace a chance. Maybe the show could be good. The marketing wasn't very strong. I don't think the trailers did the show justice at all. I think they were hiding a lot. I don't think they really knew how to market the show. Sadly, I think HBO Max still has a problem when it comes to marketing for their content. Yeah. But by episode 3,
let me just make this point real quick.
I love this.
Real quick. Why did it take so long for this show to get renewed? I think it's because HBO looked at the numbers getting better. Because after the Suicide Squad, look, I liked it a lot. I haven't had interest to go back to see it again, but that movie unfortunately did not do well. Even though it was a good movie, for whatever reasons, whether it was the pandemic, whether it was the fact that people had a bad taste of the first film. So this show had a very big handicap that it had to kind of make a name for itself. And over the last few weeks, I'm talking about non-comic book fans are like, yeah, I saw that John Cena Peacemaker show. That's pretty good. I like it. The word of mouth really helped this show.
Yeah, the word of mouth for Peacemaker has really helped it tremendously. Absolutely. And the good thing is it kept building up every week. Because the premiere happened, it was like, oh, this show's getting really good. And then you get to episode 4, and it's like, oh wow, this is actually really solid. And it's because in my opinion, every episode got better and better and better. I don't think there was a bad episode of the show, honestly.
Because the first 3 episodes, I'm like, this is starting to feel a little too James Gunn for me. Where are the stakes or whatever? And I think the first moment, and James is brilliant at using music. I thought what he did in this show was better than what he did in the Guardians movies. There's a moment where they're out to assassinate Goff, and they're just sitting outside with the sniper rifle looking for a moment. And Cena, keep saying Cena, Peacemaker is next to Hardcore. And either she offers him a drink or he offers her a drink. And the song starts playing, Would You Love a Creature Like Me? And this is a recurring theme with the music. The song sounds like an 80s rock ballad. Would you love a creature like... And he's just looking at her. And he's, and I was like, man, I hope they get together, but not this season. This has to be a longer road. And I was like, there's something else going on here. And then episode 4, I think, I was just like, yep, I'm on board. Episode 5 blew me away. It was the one episode I watched twice. I finished it and I rewatched it.
Was episode 5 the one with the gorilla?
No, that's episode 4. Episode 5 is the one where shockingly Detective Song gets the butterfly. They're outside of they find the diary, they surround Peacemaker's trailer, she gets the thing, and she just kneels. And that, again, another great music part. This song called Monster, She's My Mom, and you see all these butterflies land and follow her.
And I felt bad for those detectives, man, because they were just doing their job,
yeah. Oh my God, that just sequence of her just walking through the door and they're just all attacking everyone. And you're like, essentially, they just killed off all these characters.
And it was every character you had seen in the show up to this point, too.
Exactly.
All the criminals, the police officers, everybody you've ever seen, except for the old man and the janitor guy. That was it.
Yeah, the old man, the janitor, and Hardcore, Peacemaker, and Vigilante now. But okay, these guys are all still alive. But everyone else is killed. And as someone in the comments, I'm sorry, there's so many comments. I'm not used to this big of an audience. I appreciate you guys being here. But mentioned that, are they going to have a new opening? They're going to need a new dance number with new characters because they got rid of everyone
most
else.
Most of them died, yeah. Most of them died.
But I kind of like that. I don't like characters being killed off incessantly. But this show was there are stakes that no one is safe. And unlike Falcon and Winter Soldier, unlike WandaVision, and unlike, Hawkeye, I did not quite know where the story was going. I knew they have to stop the cow, but how are they going to stop the cow?
I didn't know what the cow was going to. I thought, literally, man, I thought the cow was going to be an actual giant cow. Not a
Yeah,
caterpillar.
that would have been funny. That would have been funny. Or like they had to save the cow, like it was some poor creature that they were harassing. Because that seems to be like the logical way to go. Like, oh, we have to save this cow. It's the poor animal. It has no control over what's happening. And it dies in a brutal way. Sends Adebayo right into it, and the guts pour out. I'm like, oh, that was disgusting. But like, great show. Let's talk about the father. This kid has some serious daddy issues. And I liked his relationship with Adebayo a lot because the question is Peacemaker racist? Commander Waller says, oh, you know who his dad is. But I get the feeling that Peacemaker may be ignorant, which he clearly is, but I don't think he's a racist. And I think that conversation, remember when he tells, it's outside the diner when he's talking to Adebayo, he's like, the eagle hugged me. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to have to call BS on that. It's like, hey, if you don't believe in miracles, I'm like, he's not a racist. He's just ignorant. But,
oh, and the way that comes back later, though, when she's like, she sees Eagly hug him, I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Like it's so emotional. It's so well executed.
And
like,
again, that's a scene that could come off as goofy. Like, goofy.
It's an eagle hugging a dude. Like,
yeah.
That could be like so stupid if you don't do it right, you know?
And part of me was like, how smart is Eagly? And then they answer in this episode because what does Eagly? He's like, Eagly, take the helmet and take it across. And you think like the eagle is like the eagle knows, take the helmet, put it at the top. And no, it just drops it. And I think that's the last time we essentially see Eagly in action. He isn't in the last battle.
Yeah, he just takes off with the helmet.
He just drops it in the middle of everywhere. And I'm like, you know, it kind of reminds me of Inglourious Bastards, how like you have this like motley crew of people. And Tarantino himself said, you ever seen Inglourious Bastards?
Oh, yes, yeah, I have. Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
So you know they're planning to kill Hitler at the end. Tarantino's like, it's the dumbest plan ever. And like he's being honest, it's a dumb plan. They're going to go into the theater, pretend to be Italians, and kill Hitler. But it works, and that's what I think I liked about this is that it was kind of a stupid plan. Like they took no explosives, no grenades, not even a rocket launcher. They just go in with like a sonic helmet, and then like they're like, yeah, we're just gonna throw this, have the eagle drop the helmet on top of the thing. And again, it shows you that these are not like, they're not the A-team. They're not the Avengers.
Well, even the moment with the Economos where he has to pose as one of the butterflies, and they ask him, why is your human's beard so? It's like, oh shit, and he has to like come clean about his beard. Yeah. And it's like this really emotional scene, like this character moment where he just comes clean about it all. It's like it kind of makes you feel bad for laughing at the dye beard jokes the whole season.
Real quick,
he trips over himself and almost.
He broke his leg. That was ridiculous. Like, what an idiot! Oh my god. Everyone's told David Zaslav to go and save varieties of spice of lice and then fire them. They should make movies you want to see. So, Monkey Jeebus, what I would say about Peacemaker, if I was in charge and they said they want a Peacemaker show, I would have said no. And I wrote this in the description. This is a show I didn't know I wanted. Like, this was a really nice. It was like an itch I didn't know I had. I really, really enjoyed this. Let me see. RJ, if you want, did Jason not push? You see, well, that's so Toronto Freddy. That's why a lot of us like Jason Keelar.
Yeah,
he was instrumental in that.
Yeah. So
couldn't care less at Jack. See, this is what happens when you're behind the comments. I don't know what this is.
Right. Well, the chat's popping, man.
Everyone's popping right now. Yeah, I'm glad. Look, if you hated the show, tell me why you didn't like it. We're not like, I don't want this to feel like we're kind of dumping on the Snyder fans, of which I am one, who just automatically didn't like it. But this show is not above criticism. Objective, tell us. I want to hear them, and I'm not gonna like attack you. I'm not gonna be one of those YouTubers like, yeah, well, you smell. When Peacemaker says to Adebayo after he finds about the diary, I don't have to look at your stupid dumb face again.
You're right. No, I mean, yeah, and that I just want to speak to that really quick. I seen a lot of interesting takes this morning, and interestingly enough, most of the people hating on it, I feel like didn't even watch the show at all. Who really hate the cameo, like they didn't watch the show. They're just coming in looking at what this thing out of context. I'm like, here's the thing, man. You cannot like something, but I think it's getting to a point though where I'm getting frustrated because it feels like people are purposely made to feel like assholes for enjoying stuff, and that's not cool. That's not fair to people. Exactly. I saw I'm gonna just be honest. I'll name names just that I could say it. But here's the thing: there's a guy I follow on Twitter named AJ Arts, AJ. He was watching the Peacemaker finale and he was live tweeting it and he was super excited. He was like, "Oh my god, this and that," and he was like, and then some Snyder fans screen grabbed his tweets and basically said that he was mentally handicapped for enjoying the show.
Oh, I saw that. He made post after post. Yeah.
I'm like, dude, he's just expressing his excitement. Like, why are we resorting to? Because if you're bullying somebody for liking something or harassing people online or being a jerk, not only are you missing the point of what Zack Snyder's Justice League is and the message behind what the movement has been.
Yeah,
because it's all like you can't claim to support AFSP. You can't claim to like if you're participating in bullying. Because that's what it is.
Same thing. Like I saw another big YouTuber. It was the opposite. Someone said they didn't like the show, and this big YouTuber said, "Oh, by the way, here's a link to the AFSP just in case." I'm like, "Come on, man, that's not cool."
Yeah, like I said,
implying that you're on
you don't have to like it. That's fine,
yeah.
but don't bully other people for liking something. And the opposite is true too. Don't insult people or yell at people or get mad at people for not liking stuff too.
Yeah.
Have a healthy conversation and debate, but don't do personal attacks. Don't threaten people. That kind of stuff. That's what I don't like. And again, to call somebody mentally handicapped for enjoying the Peacemaker finale and tweeting about it, that's when it gets to like, you lost the plot. You know.
And James said he had full control over this, and it shows. Like you can tell. Like who is it? Cylon says, and Cylon, you're right. Disney has a writing process that is done in a conference room by a team of people who are focused on data-driven demos. And I want to hit on a lot of people liked WandaVision. I have come to like WandaVision more. I still don't like it, if that makes sense. I didn't like it. It feels like a lot of these shows, and I'll say the same about Boba Fett. It was just like, here's some filler to get you to the next film. This was a very complete show. If Peacemaker was a miniseries, I would have still been satisfied. Like, this is just a one-time thing. I would have liked it. Maybe I would have wanted a little more of a conclusion at the end, but every episode had a complete story in it. Yes, it's a serial story. I can't say that about the Disney stuff.
No.
Already know where they're going.
Disney shows are very open-ended. They set up other shows. They set up spin-offs. Some things don't get concluded because they're meant to like watch the next movie. It's a very different structure, and I understand that because that's their model, and it works.
So, like for me, like episodes themselves are very uninteresting. Like there's a couple moments that are great, but like we already know where it's going. We already know what's already going to be setting up. And it's like, oh, so it's exactly what I thought it was. I even joked. I'm like, watch, in Hawkeye, they're going to bring Kingpin at the end, and they're going to have all three women beat him up, you know.
Did you see this?
I was joking, and that's exactly what happened.
Speaking of,
saw that coming.
Speaking of Hawkeye, though, did you see the deleted scenes?
No, I didn't. Oh, with Kingpin.
No, not even those ones. Did you see that they deleted in like an entire like backstory for Hawkeye as a child? Clint Barton, where they explain.
That's what I want to see. Why would they?
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. So much of the good stuff got deleted, and I have no idea.
Again, that goes back to Sal and Scotty. They look at algorithms, and look, it works because Marvel makes a lot of money. And by the way, I don't apply this to Spider-Man, which I thought you could tell was made by someone with a vision. They had a vision of the story they wanted to tell.
I really loved WandaVision. I liked Falcon Winter Soldier. I loved Loki. I thought Loki was tremendous.
I clarify. I liked Loki. I liked Loki a lot.
What If was hit or miss for me. The good episode's really good. The meh episode's really meh, but I liked what the show was trying to go for. The only Disney Plus show I really didn't connect with very much was Hawkeye and the Book of Boba Fett. That's a whole other conversation because that show's very much a mixed bag for me. I need to go back and rewatch it. The good stuff in that show is amazing, but I felt like the pacing was inconsistent. I feel like the narrative as a whole didn't click together as well. It felt
like they're like, look, we have Boba Fett. We need a story for Boba. Just have Boba Fett do stuff, and that'll be enough.
Hey, RJ.
Yes.
And see, did you see that all the deleted scenes that like they'll never show about like how he went back and spent time with his family?
Oh, in Hawkeye?
Yeah. Like how he was actually there for his family, like scenes where they like raised his family and like showed love to his wife and was like there at Christmas time.
Yes, there was a lot of deleted scenes. It was very disappointing to see all the stuff that got cut, actually. I was very disappointed.
Or like how he didn't, like all the that he didn't hang out with a 22-year-old girl and get drunk.
Listen, this is Disney Plus, Enoch. It's very family friendly.
His wife is just cool with it. Like, yeah, I'm hanging out with this, 19, 20-year-old girl. Oh, good, honey. Keep doing your thing.
Listen, it's Linda
you want to
Cardellini.
play with my bow and arrow. If you wink, wink.
I'm just messing with you. I showed her how to flip.
Oh, we lost you for a second.
Oh, I showed you how to flip things with your fingers.
Oh, yeah.
You can't, can you?
No. But you figured it out on our second try.
You can't hear me, can you?
I can hear you now. You said the flip the fingers thing, yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I was telling jokes, but apparently you guys can't hear him, so.
That's all I need. That's all I need is the finger wave.
I was just messing around because you talk about deleted scenes. Like, I'd like to see some deleted scenes where he's actually a good father.
Yeah.
There actually were
There
actually were deleted scenes with his family, actually. I thought that's what you're talking about, because I thought you knew about that. It's like, what? How do you? Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm sitting here. Get out of here, Enoch. I'm sitting here in a parking lot, and it's snowing, and so now I think I'm going home because it's getting bad. So,
how cold is it out there?
It's 25 degrees outside.
Oh,
yikes!
We're having really bad weather right now too. We're getting wind and rain and slushies and all that. So
it's 63 degrees in Philadelphia. Yesterday it was 25.
It was actually really warm today, so I just put on this jacket, and then the temperature plummeted. So
yeah.
See, I wish this was true, Jose. I wish this finale could unite the fandom, but I think it kind of caused more division, which is sad. But it is what it is.
Here's what I think it is. The people who already made their minds up about hating it were just waiting for it to be over.
Well, that's the funny thing. A lot of the people talking about the cameo are people who just saw the cameo on YouTube or didn't actually watch the show.
Yeah. I don't got to my comment yet, but you're absolutely right, RJ, because a couple of our friends who I love, but I think that it's kind of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a I don't think it has merit and credit to it if you didn't watch the show and then you just watch that and you damn that part of it, but you didn't watch everything leading up to it or see what it was and able to say, well, I don't need to. Okay, well, if it was not important for you to put time into actually watching it, then why are you putting time into griping about an end scene? What matters?
Well, Enosh, we're going to see the same thing with The Flash. Let's say The Flash comes out and has great reviews, is a phenomenal movie. The people are going to wait a day and be like, yeah, we saw it. It sucked. They already have their reviews written that this movie's going to suck.
Well, it's people who are going to automatically claim that they bootlegged it, right? Because they couldn't see it. Pay money to see it. So they're going to bootleg it, or they're going to claim that they bootlegged it.
Yeah.
Right? And then the outpouring of hate is going to come. And look, that's not fair to Ben Affleck. It's not fair to Ezra Miller. It's not fair to Andy Muschietti and his sister. It's not fair to the other people. It's not fair to Michael Keaton, for God's sake. I get it. The people who don't like Michael Keaton coming back. I understand.
People hate this. The Michael Keaton takes are getting listen, I love having conversations, but I feel like it's getting, I'm trying to put this gently. It's a lot of ageism too, where it's the 70-year-old guy, but
on the other hand,
he's in good shape. I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
on the other hand, a lot of people
situation to navigate. I don't know.
A lot of people are hating on him because they're assuming things that we don't know yet. They're assuming that Ben Affleck is going to be killed and erased. Michael Keaton will become the new Batman of the DCEU. He will now guide the new Justice League, including Momoa, Godot, No Ray Fisher, and Flash. And none of that has been confirmed. And we don't know if that will be true until November. But based on that, they're already hating on him. And look, I grew up with the Michael Keaton Batman. He was my Batman. He still is my Batman. I did say that I hope that his becoming Batman wasn't at the cost of Ben Affleck, but it seems that Affleck was the one they walked away. So instead of replacing Affleck, why don't we do something completely different? What if we get someone, when you open up the multiverse, bring Michael Keaton, who's a beloved Batman, despite what these younger people are saying. Austin went and took another nap. Welcome back, Austin.
Hey, I don't know. I just had to go do a couple things.
Yeah,
I got some stuff going on later.
I'm trying to catch up on these comments. I'm so sorry,
dude. It's
popping. Oh,
the chat. Hey guys, again, in the chat, thank you so much. We love it. Don't forget to like the show, share it with someone. Also, follow RJ in his channel, Resident Justice. We'll drop a link in there. Follow Little Big City Studios, all of that.
Don't do that. Don't do that, because we're
Never
at
mind.
war, right?
We're at war. We're at war.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that, Austin. You promote your own channel.
Never
Right,
mind.
RJ? Isn't that right now?
Oh, I just say you're roboting out a little bit.
Yeah, you went robot, bro. Okay,
He's shutting down.
Isn't that the going rumor?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're all at war. We're all at
We're
war.
at
You
war,
guys
yeah.
know?
No.
Literally, we battle like it's like the Battle of Helm's Deep every night, everywhere.
Oh man, I hate that. Listen, you know how hard it was once Austin started his channel to keep him with me at that other place? Like I was like, please, I need him. Austin left. We're like, this is me jiving with Jack by himself. I'm like, no. I can't do this by myself. I mean, I can do it by myself. I'm probably even better, but I was joking. But like, no, like I need him to be my guy, and it was like an awkward couple of weeks there. Thoughts on people calling Gunn a racist? Well, here's the thing. When everyone says that person's racist, my immediate reaction is, well, what did they say? What was the context?
The context, Jack, is
at some point is that some person called me, well, you're a white supremacist. I'm like, oh,
well, do you really want to get into this? Because I could say
I have no idea what this is.
Oh, I want to get into this.
Well,
I got some words for a piece of crap named Mercury on Twitter.
Okay,
well, what is the context?
Okay, so the context is that people are upset that Ray Fisher was not included in the Peacemaker finale. So
in Black History Month,
Mercury made a tweet saying that James Gunn and Joss Whedon are erasing black characters and black actors and he said during Black History Month, no less.
He said Whedon tried, and then Gunn.
I'm about to have a little back attack right now, but this is what I call constructed controversy. You know. Oh, did you see Jive with Jack today? Jack put Austin at the bottom. He hates Mexican people. Like I put him at the bottom. You know what I mean? And then people are like, oh, I guess and people hear something negative like that and they duplicate it.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not here on the Poindexter Lounge, please be prepared and get ready for the first ever Jack attack. Go, Jack.
Jack attack.
Look. I'm going to tell you something right now. You may not notice this. But I am a person of color. I know the Hollister and the polo shirts you kind of obfuscate it, but I am a person of color. I think race is important, but I have seen this happen way too much times that anytime someone doesn't like something, they attach something racial to it and will say that, oh, this person's a racist. That person's a racist. They did this, it means they're racist. And how do you know they're doing it on purpose? Because when that person clarifies that, no, that's not what I meant, they're like, oh, we think that's what you meant, and now we're going to cancel you. For those of you who want to know, Jive with Jack is very anti-cancel culture. Even bad people. I think that free speech is important, and the reason we get great art like Peacemaker, even whether you hate it or like it, it is a work of art in the way that a lot of other comic book shows are not, in the way that Titans is not, in the way that Superman and Lois, while it's a good show, is not art. It does something different. It uses music and lighting in a way and character development in a way. So I just defended Walter Hamada because I said I need to know what Walter Hamada said to Ray Fisher that made Ray call him a racist. I need you to say it. Just tell me what he said so I can be like, oh, yeah, you're right. Or I can say, oh, no, you're wrong. I love Ray a lot. And I even defended Joss Whedon. Because let me tell you something, folks. Us people of color, if you don't have lighting on us, we do not look good. And this is only one light. I have 3 lights on me so that I can be lit up well. The accusation was that Joss Whedon touched up the lighting on Ray Fisher because he's a racist. No, because if you've ever worked in film, if you ever had to do lighting, people of color, sometimes we just do not show up well. They have to have certain lights on us. So Joss Whedon lightened up that entire movie. And again, I don't like Joss Whedon, but when you throw the R card around, I need to know more. He lightened up the movie, so he apparently lightened up Ray's face also to match the tone, the new tone he was going for in that piece of crap 2017 movie. That does not make him a racist. The guy wrote a phenomenal black character named Gunn in Angel. He's written black characters before. He can be a piece of crap. He can be a woman abuser, which we know he is, but that does not make him a racist. So, it's Black History Month. First of all, we should talk about Black history 12 times of the year, 12 months of the year. It shouldn't just be dedicated to one month, but it's a good thing we talk about it. If James Gunn didn't put Ray Fisher in, but has Adebayo, Amanda Waller. I forgot what Adebayo's wife's name is, or fiance. I forget. All right. And has an Asian detective who's the smartest character on the show. She figured out something was going wrong. And the whole show makes racist and white hooded people look like complete effing morons. I kind of want to go ahead and say that he's probably not a racist. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and say he isn't. And so for people to throw that word out there and say, oh, this person's a racist because this certain circumstances happened to Ray Fisher. Come on, guys. There are other people of color out there. So let me say on behalf of all brown people, because that's how we talk, James Gunn is not a racist. Rant over. Austin, you have to bring yourself back in. There we go. That's what we call a jack attack. Sorry.
Yeah, I put up the tweet if you guys want to see the tweet.
Please do.
Okay, so here's the tweet. James Gunn, handshake, Joss Whedon, erasing black people from the Justice League, Gunn doing it during Black History Month.
Oh, my God. You know, the hero of that last episode was Adebayo. She was the one who killed the cow.
Yeah. Literally, why is
yes, this is what happens on Jivin with Jack. Every show Austin goes on.
That was a nipple.
When he does it during church service, I'm a little bit offended, but you know. Where were we?
Continue.
Sorry, RJ. Yeah, go ahead. You were saying, go ahead. You were talking about the tweet.
Oh, yeah. Let me pull it up again. Sorry. No, like, here's the thing, man, with this. Like,
I got
like, just read that, man. Just read what that says. Like, why? My thing is, like, why do you have to take it to this level? You know, like
Jason Momoa, by the way, is a person of color. He's not black, but he's a person.
And literally, like, Adebayo was a black lesbian woman of color, right?
Who killed the cow?
Who was basically the dual protagonist next to Peacemaker. She was like pretty much the main character.
She is his BFF. Peacemaker said, "Don't tell a vigilante this, but after Eagle, you're my BFF." You know, and the two of them together were just magic. The chemistry those two actors have was great. Again, this is this person, Mercury, I don't know who it is, knows that that's not true. But when you post something like this, people are more likely to agree with it because if they disagree with it, especially if you're white, no offense, but like if you're white and you say, no, that's not true, they'll be like, oh, see, he's one of them. And white people are kind of put in an awkward position where they almost have to kind of support a statement like that so they don't come off here. So the finger doesn't get pointed at you, because once the finger gets pointed at you, that's the end of you, you know, like even if it's not true. Yeah. And is this guy popular? Like, is he like really huge?
Unfortunately.
Yes. Him and Geralt are like pretty much like the biggest people.
Unfortunately.
On Twitter, yeah.
Oh.
Yes, this is where the Snyder fans usually go to these people for their...
And these were the same people that were attacking, what's his name? Jody, who I'm not a huge fan of, but attacking his race and his weight and stuff like that. It's like, oh, so now that's not racist when you do it? I'd never heard of these guys. So
Anthony put it best. I mean, look, also, I think it's funny that this is the guy that also, that also made 9/11 joke tweets on 9/11, about and using the Snyder films to make the it's
people like that might be the reason it may never get restored, because Warner Brothers has algorithms too. It's like, dude, look at these fans and the things they're posting, and whoever the new person is going to be at Warner Media, Discovery, whatever, is going to be like, oh yeah, we're not going to cater to them. They're like the QAnon of the comic book fans, and you're just making it worse for those of us who do want a sequel to this movie, with Zack Snyder. But anyway, RJ actually. So Anthony says breaking, but RJ, you had mentioned it first. Go ahead and say the John Williams thing.
Oh yeah. So this is a breaking news piece. John Williams is coming back to Star Wars. He has composed the theme for Obi-Wan, and he recorded it last week. So, yeah, John Williams. He said he was done, like he was retiring from Star Wars after the Rise of Skywalker, but he came back for Obi-Wan. So there you go.
Props to him.
That's my biggest thing. That's my biggest thing, Saggy, and that's what I wanted to say about the whole Mercury thing that I kind of forgot. And it sucks for the rest of us who are people of color and who actually do deal with racism and who are actually having to deal with real things, not stupid comic book stuff that people want to make conspiracies about and go, oh yeah, he hates black people. For all because of
I got to add something. Apparently, Enoch texted me that Ray Fisher did explain it. Whoops. And we're canceled.
You've been canceled, Jack.
I've been canceled. Hey, I was trying to get John with Jack canceled for a year.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to JIVIN with Austin. The brand new series coming to the Poindexter Pantheon. No, but
they can play with RJ.
Right, there you go. But no, that's my biggest thing, right? Is that he uses his race as ammo, and it's not, and that's people like that make the rest of us look bad, and it sucks. Yeah,
it's true. But yeah, John Williams has come back. Kasuka, it's cool to see you too, love. Please gatekeep the like button. Yeah, guys, make sure you like it. Make sure you follow me and Austin and Resident. But Jiving with Jack. Austin's got like a weird one with like numbers and vowels. What is it, like Austin Lean?
Alien Alien LV 1023.
It's in the description. So to help us grow the show and help us grow the Pantheon, the Poindexter, I keep forgetting to do this.
The PP.
The PP.
We're calling it the PP. The Poindexter Pantheon, otherwise known as the PP.
Yeah, the PP.
The P.P.
It's a big PP. It's got 5.
We're going full in on the PP.
Yeah.
The big PP.
If it's a deep fake of Enoch, don't trust it. There we go. RJ's channel right here. Make sure you like it, and make sure you can follow me and Austin on Twitter. So if you see us retweet the show, you don't have to retweet our tweets, but if you see the show, just help us get one of the reasons Enoch. So before I got to know Enoch, I just called him Poindexter. I thought that's what his name was. Poindexter Lounge, Poindexter. But it helped us grow the channel, get a little bit bigger. Enoch is on it. Oh man, I am really behind. Okay,
Dude, you are.
There we go. Saggy, put that nipple on my face. That tells you how far back I am. Jose Aguirre, hello. I'm seeing all these new people. Oh.
Yeah, this was when you're back at the nipple.
Yeah. Oh my god, because I keep hitting new comments and it keeps going like further and further. Here we go. So guys, here's the thing. If you made a good point and I missed it, just rewrite it again. I'll try to, address it. There's O from the Book of O. For real, Anthony, couples therapy. The PP got it. Hunter Iggy, no. I see you said, did you get my question? Could you put it back in again? I'm caught up at the bottom. So if any of you wrote a question you want us to answer, just put it back and I missed it.
Sorry, guys, we're not used to being this popular.
Not only that, we're also not used to not having Keaton here. Keaton usually.
Also, congratulations. Keaton's now a big shot Hollywood guy in LA. He's forgot about us. He forgot about us.
I'm glad I never made those Keaton Reed T-shirts. It was going to be late call Keaton Reed.
Man, he was working with Jay Farrow last week, and
really,
he left us in the dirt.
Oh well, he's all big and famous now.
I know he's all big and famous now, and all he's a big time Hollywood guy.
That smooth voice he's got that smooth voice.
Oh God. What's up, Aaron? How are you?
Aaron Pritchard. Yeah, she was here on Tuesday. It was good to see you again, Aaron. Saggy says she loves the PP. Saggy Melons, you've been MIA for the Darth Scipio. Is Scipio a reference to Hannibal and never mind. You know what?
Oh, this is my favorite. All hail the PP.
All hail the PP. That's how you do a pentagon. Just you get to the top.
Did you say pentagram?
Easy. Pentagon. Although I do have a skit coming that features a pentagram. I mock God and evil comes for me. That's going to be much later. Oh, we have let me see. Iggy had a question, and Cylon says, "I'll give another $10 if you make the video thumbnail Austin's pierced nipple." But you already gave us the $10.
All right, I got you.
I said another $10.
Can you
another $10?
Can you screenshot this? You gotta screenshot this.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on. Here we go.
You ready? All right.
Hold on. There we go. Print screen. Got it.
Cool.
It works great because your name is right next to the nipples. So I'm going to use the power of Microsoft Paint.
The power of Microsoft Paint.
Yeah, you know what I've been making my thumbnails with? Phil Mora. I love the way the thumbnails are coming out.
Dude, your thumbnails are doing really, really well. But no, so how do you guys feel about, obviously, John Williams back as for Obi-Wan?
Back as Obi-Wan. He's playing Obi-Wan.
He's not. He's. Yes. They are doing the. Oh, dude. Now I want to. I feel like I should just give both nipples now. Yeah. We got $10. This is.
Well, the bet was. Hold on, let me see.
My OnlyFans is coming soon. If this
I can't do an OnlyFans until I get in better shape. I will work hard.
This keeps happening.
Yeah, for those of you who know, this is what happens on Jivin with Jack. We do stupid stuff like this.
Saggy's having a heart attack. Let's see. Nick Carr. Oh, yeah, good to see Nick Carr from the Pop Culture Corner encouraging us over here. Hey,
Nick Carr's here. Welcome, buddy.
Welcome. Let's see. The nipple thing happened and the chat went crazy. And let's see. So we have the Catwoman theme coming out tonight. Oh, yes. No, he needs it.
Comes out tonight.
Okay,
yes.
well, okay, Jack. He wants it to be the thumbnail of the YouTube video.
Oh, how about the thumbnail on Tuesday's video? Because I don't. Yeah, you know what? Everyone's watching already. I can go that. I can do that.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, you can do that. You got
I hope to God I did not accidentally post this on Enosh's church page.
You did not. Thank you.
Could you imagine?
Like, let's see what Enosh has done, and all of a sudden, oh, dear.
Okay. Now, Jack, Hunter asks you, do you think Peacemaker is connected to Let me try that again. Jivin with Jack, do you think Peacemaker is connected to Zack Snyderverse at the end credit scene?
Hold on, it's not letting me change it because it's. I'm trying to change it says. I think it's just already because we're already live.
Yeah, you can't change it if you're already live. You have to wait till.
How about this? Who was that?
Okay.
Cylon?
When the video
Tuesday morning, I'm working on it, and I will put Austin's nipple as a thumbnail. I mean, I'll put like the names and everything also, but yeah, I'll do that. Okay, it's good to Zack Snyderverse at the end credit scene. What was the end credit scene? Was that him going to Economos going to Bellevue or whatever, Bell Ray or whatever they call it?
I thought the end credit scene was
it was one of the joke ones. There wasn't a post credit scene. There was just like every episode they have like a joke or they like
an extended scene. Yeah,
they did an extended scene. That was it.
The only thing I'll say that does not connect us to Zack Snyder's Justice League, at least, is the fact that Superman's wearing a blue and red suit, which I thought people were going to explode about sooner, but they didn't.
I mean, he typically always wears the blue and red suit anyway, so it's not that.
So apparently, Zack said that he wears the black suit in his version until the Nightmare. When in the Nightmare, he goes back to blue and red. But I always said Zack could retcon that because we see him show up in Shazam in the blue and red suit. Just be like, he went back for the blue and red suit for a while, and whatever. Cylon, you got to tweet me. You got to follow me on Twitter, Jivin with Jack. Pretty simple. And just tweet me or private message me, and I will, I'll do that.
RJ, you got some beef in the chat, my friend.
Oh, you can do it while it's live. I tried. Did it change? I don't know. Let's see. Anyone can confirm.
Staggy doesn't even use StreamYard. She uses Restream, so she's probably mixing her services up.
Whoa.
Oh, there you go.
Well, she's bringing the heat first. I'll bring the heat back. That's all.
Whoa, RJ.
Oh yeah, let's talk about
family friendly show.
Oh yeah, Green Arrow. Yeah, the
Green Arrow. They name dropped Green Arrow, and so we know he exists in this universe. That's the first time, at least I think of, in the DCEU.
Yes, it was the
we
first
heard
time
Green Arrow mentioned, so he exists.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So who is it? Is it Charlie Hunnam?
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah. He would have been a great Green Arrow 10 years ago, but I think the dude's pushing 40. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, they are making a Black Canary movie. They are making a Black Canary movie, so it's possible we could see him.
Yeah, he's 41. Not that bothers me, but like you think they want to start with someone younger, develop them,
Hey, hey Vince, good to see you, man.
That dude Vince.
I enjoy Vince's conversations in the chat.
You know what? So Austin, I know you got to go soon, right?
I do.
You do.
I do.
I'm cool with hanging out with RJ for a few more minutes and keep talking Peacemaker if RJ's down with it. If not, it'll just be me.
No, I'm cool.
And RJ, you're kind of possibly auditioning as a replacement for Austin.
God.
Am I? I mean, is this how I'm entering the Poindexter Pantheon in like the back route way? Wild way to get involved, but here I am.
So wait, he's a middle-aged man, but like I'm saying, if we're unless he's been Green Arrow for a while, you know what I'm saying? Because he's basically the age Affleck was when Affleck was playing when it was cast as in BVS almost.
RJ, you have something.
See, that's not no. I am so hot you could grill on top of my stomach, man. My abs, they are smoking hot. You can grill on top of them, man. You can make a fried egg. So I don't know what you're talking about.
That's right.
See, that's the kind of dialogue I like at Jive with Jack. Intellectual but dirty, like a James Gunn script. But yeah, so okay, yeah, Charlie Hunnam, why not? I'd like him if they want to.
The nipple ring stays, damn it.
Get the guy from the Arrow show, like an alternate version of him. Even I would be fine with that also because that guy's so associated with that character. Austin isn't going anywhere, and Austin has to go back to. He's gonna have his fourth nap. He's like a baby. You got to put him to sleep every 2 hours.
I just had my glass of milk.
I like how Saggy's making like business proposals in a YouTube live chat.
Yeah, well, we are gonna. I mean, Austin, you do gaming. You can do gaming. I'm gonna do whenever some trailers drop. I'm gonna. Enosh is giving me full.
Well, no, it's funny she mentioned that because me and her actually been in talks. We're gonna try and do a gaming podcast together. So,
okay.
Hey, if you want to,
well, here's the thing: we have 5 shows in the Pantheon. You know? We have 5 shows in the Pantheon, but we have a ton more coming. Like this is the first.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's just like
this is the launch.
I feel bad because like if we want to do like a gaming show or like anything on our channel, so I'm like I don't want to get in the way of what you guys are doing because you guys are doing such great work, you know.
Oh, man,
it's so much content, you know, so much content you guys are doing, you know.
But it's fun. It's so much fun, man. We're just like it's like that's the nice thing is like none of us have.
Well, you know what I mean though. It's like we don't want to compete with each other though, you know.
Oh yeah, no, exactly.
You guys know what March 18th is?
No.
That's the 1-year anniversary of the Snyder Cut coming out, and it's also my birthday.
I can tell you this. Coming
pub crawl
exclusively to the Poindexter Pantheon. Exclusively, you guys will get the early reviews of spoiler and non-spoiler, probably non-spoiler first. But me and a couple others will be seeing the Batman on the 28th for the press screening. So February.
Why do you gotta go to what the hell, man? This is okay. Actually, Jack, Austin, I need your guys' advice in chat too. Okay, so this past Tuesday, I did not go to class. Because transportation issues and just stuff going on, and I just didn't feel like going. My professor's kind of a hard ass. It's for my Methods 1 class for education and stuff. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I am allowed to not attend one class, right? If I miss another class, I drop a letter grade. However, Tuesday, March 1st at 7 p.m., I'm going to go see the Batman at the fan event in IMAX. But that is my class ends at 7:30.
I'm live.
Sorry. So, what do I do? Do I skip class and go see the Batman, or do I just go to class and not go to the fan event?
Well, RJ, look, questions like this can be tough, and you're going to get a lot of different advice and a lot of different answers. And at the end of the day, look, man, you're paying a lot of money for college. You know, you're there to educate yourself. You should totally skip it and go see the Batman. I think this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. College is there for the rest of your life. Screw it. Listen to me.
Should I say I should drop a letter grade?
Well, okay. Now here's the question: what's your grade? What are you comfortable saying your grade?
I'm pretty sure I at least have an A.
Drop it. Get the hell out of there and go to the movies.
Don't listen to him. I would say,
what do you think, Jeff? What do you think?
This is the Asian parenting in me because I was raised by parents. College letter grade, yeah. I would say no. I would say just see it the next day or whatever. I missed part of it.
I would have
not Jiving with Jack unless my mother interrupts. And I'm like, I'm live. She's like, I know.
Yeah,
she's telling me to order dinner. I'm like,
if I don't go on March 1st, I'm gonna have to wait till Saturday, March 5th. That's 4 extra days.
It'll
be worth it. It'll be worth the hype.
It's not. Let me tell you something. Because I am going to be rubbing it in your face starting on the 28th. So do you want that? Can you live with that? That is the question.
Okay, this may be morally irresponsible. Should I just fake being in a car accident? I don't know.
Absolutely. Look. And look, Vince, I understand, but this is not just a movie. This is a cinematic experience. A bad movie? This is.
But here's the thing, though. I'm gonna.
If this is a bad movie,
if
it's on Rotten
Tomatoes. You know,
this is a bad movie.
You guys know Scott McClellan?
Yeah.
He's going to the exact same theater I'm going to that day.
Oh, nice.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of people. I don't know, but I drop a letter grade though. I don't know. Like,
how's your professor? Male or female?
Male.
Okay. So
I feel like
he's a good teacher. He's very strict.
I feel like
him. I like him because of what he's teaching me, and I think he's really preparing me for my future career. He's
honestly,
a great guy, but he's strict.
Talk to him.
Hold on, Cylon, guys, Cylon. Cylon and I are jiving. I like Cylon.
Hold on a second. Hold on, let me give you some good advice. Talk to him. Say, look, I had this opportunity to see a movie early. It'll help my YouTube channel because I'll be able to give an early review. I'm going to a press screening. It's a great opportunity. However, I don't want to skip your class. Don't say I have to skip your class. Say I don't want to skip your class. Can we work something out? I hate to ask you. Do it like that. It may not work, but I think he'll appreciate it. But then if you do end up skipping, you'll know why. That's the only caveat to this plan. But if he's a good person and you just say to him what you just said to me, like, you're teaching me stuff, I don't want to skip your class, but it's also a great opportunity because YouTube is also a part of my career. It's part of my future. It gives me a heads up in my, do the salesman pitch, write stuff down like I did, and say, Doc. Do you call him doctor or professor? We used to call everyone docs because
in college it's pretty much doctor. Yeah, it's doctor.
Yeah, doctor.
Yeah. So first of all, you can use this phrase directly, RJ. This is an international phenomenon, right? It's something you have to experience early. But no, obviously, I'm joking with you. But I think you should take it. First of all, Saggy, I'd like to address. I did get my GED. Okay, I may not have got. I got my GED.
I have an idea.
Back off.
It's instead of even bothering. I got a great idea.
In Vegas. It's like 2 shots against them.
No, I got a great idea. I am going to schedule a doctor's appointment for the same day and get a doctor's note.
You could do that.
That's it.
Unless he watches this show.
I mean, look, honestly, you could. I say just break your leg or your arm or something.
But don't do that.
Just break it. Take a hammer.
Remember to sue Little Big Studios. Not
on the table.
No, listen, RJ, maybe his email and say, hey, Doc, there's something I need to ask you about. It's kind of important. Could we set aside some time? Do it like that. Set it up and just say, here's my issue. And I think if he is a good professor, I think he'd appreciate. What does he teach?
It's Methods 1. It's my education class. It's for student teaching.
Okay. Oh. So he comes from an educational background. Talk about your podcast. Talk about how the opportunity is great for you to see an early release with say it's a press screener. That would be my advice. But I don't know. We'll see.
I'll figure something out.
I concur.
Listen, if it doesn't work out though, I might just take the letter grade L. I don't care. I know I should. Listen,
is this something you want to do for your career? Because, if school's about to hire, he got a B. Oh, we'll have to hire someone else.
I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I think I gave the best advice. But again, that's besides the point. But no, guys, I do got to get going and stuff. Obviously,
we were talking about Peacemaker. We'll get back to Peacemaker now that Austin and his nipple are gone.
Well, it will be back. The nipple will be back. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, if we reach $100 of super chats during a show, I will get my nipple pierced on a live stream. The other one, the non-pierced nipple. I'll get it pierced on a live. Jiving with Jack. We'll go down to some piercing place and do
Yeah,
it
you
right
gotta
here on the show.
like if you just do it and you're like, okay, you gotta be like, oh my god, oh Jesus Christ, you gotta like and have some like fake blood, just like have like someone behind you, you gotta make it graphic,
Oh,
it's gotta look like my Flashdance background. When they hit that nipple, it's gotta be like in the background right there.
Well, and we'll maybe we'll show it here at some point too. I do have the video of me getting this nipple pierced, and that was fun. Let me tell you something. First of all, it wasn't my idea necessarily. It was me and 6 of my good friends on Venice Beach. I cannot confirm or deny if we were sober or not, but we did walk by a place that said $20 piercings. And now we have a great group chat, and we're all good friends. We got closer because of it. Call ourselves the 6 Rings, and it's a beautiful thing. But yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, much love as always. Again, if you can, please check out Little Big City Studios. We'll be live a little bit later with Comic Nerd Rave, and then obviously we have our sports shows on the weekend and the Keaton Hour tomorrow if he's not busy working with celebrities and doing his thing. But yes, thank you all, and peace out.
All right. So we are going to go back to Peacemaker. I'm just going to hit the transition button to kind of reset. And we're back. I have no idea what Toronto's asking here. If you were on a horse, would you let Saggy help you off the horse? I have ridden a horse a couple times in my life. My sister's equestrian. I can just get off it myself. Unless there's like some meaning there with, Oh, dude, I like your background. That's Michael and Freddie. Ooh. I've been to Toronto. I've been to London, Ontario a lot for work there too. But yeah, so as we were talking about Peacemaker, you know what? I wish Austin were here. I'd be like, dude, keep talking. I'm gonna grab myself a beer. I think I don't know, whatever. Did you like any of this music? Because look, you sound younger, and I'm a big fan of 80s rock ballads, and a lot of this music was 80s rock ballads. A lot of it was 80s sounding rock ballads, but I really love the music in this. Faster Pussycat, Choir Boys. He really, I hope, introduced a generation of younger people to some really great bands. But his use of music was just phenomenal with this. Sister Sin.
Yeah. No, I'm into some of that, like that rock stuff and all that too. My music knowledge is a little bit limited, but I mean, I like a variety of stuff.
That's how it should be. You should like a variety of stuff. We talk on Tuesday about the halftime show and how people hated it. I'm like, come on, those are some classic rap songs. But
yeah, people are really upset about that halftime show for really ridiculous reasons.
Yeah. I basically said everything I wanted to say. Listen, season 2. Here's one of my concerns about season 2 of Peacemaker is that, look, James Gunn wrote this while it was during lockdown. He had nothing to do, so he wrote this show. He's working full time, and he's working on Guardians 3. I am kind of worried that the second season of Peacemaker, it'll still be produced by him, but he will have another team of people doing it. That's very common with comic shows. The first season's done by the showrunner, then they get another showrunner. And I have a worry that whoever replaces him, full time, will just end up making Peacemaker-esque show rather than some. You know what I mean? It'll feel like when someone tries to emulate Tarantino and writes like a Tarantino-esque movie. I am kind of worried that we may not get the quality of season 1 if James does not write and direct every episode like he did here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the other thing too. I mean, well, yeah, because actually, I know with season 2, like James Gunn's gonna write and direct every single episode this time, so there's not gonna be any other directors going in.
Did he say that?
Yeah, that was confirmed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's one where he go.
Every single episode. So
never mind. I thought that because I'm like, look, now he paid X over. He's back with Marvel. Apparently, by the way, the Flash scene, the close up of the Flash, was filmed at Marvel while making Guardians of the Galaxy. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. That's insane.
He's like, yeah, I need Ezra to come over and film something. They're like, yeah, Ezra, come on over and just film that. By the way, yes, that is Henry Cavill Superman. Stop whining. Someone in the chat said they felt that Judo Master was a little underdeveloped. I thought he was in it just the right amount. He's clearly going to have a much larger story moving forward. He wants revenge for what happened to the butterflies. And by the way,
he'll probably have a bigger role in season 2, probably.
Are the butterflies basically going to die because they killed the cow, and Peacemaker has a little bit of that goo left that they got out of the milk?
Oh yeah, no, they're pretty much dead.
Sorry.
Yeah, they're pretty much dead. I think Goth would probably be the only one left alive, honestly, probably.
Oh, and that's kind of weird because in a way that's kind of genocide. Like they're basically just going to kill off the entire species of aliens unless they find an alternative food, which I think they're going to do. But that's a pretty crazy, it's in a sense it's a genocide. I mean, are all the butterflies on Goth's side, or like because there were a lot of them, but if it's a whole planet full of them, I hope that's something they kind of address in the next one. I want to say, so my top 3 songs, 3 moments. Obviously, I love the opening. And I love, someone mentioned earlier how they played the opening at the final battle when they go full crazy and start shooting stuff up. Where is it? Right here. Boom. I like that. House of Pain, when he's in his T-shirt and he gets high. And it's a great song, House of Pain. Love a Creature Like Me, the one I mentioned earlier when he's with Hardcore and they're sniping. And he looks at her and there's like fireflies around them. Great. And the Underwear Dance was great. I don't remember what the name of the song was, but that was a great one. And of course, when everyone becomes a butterfly, that was pretty cool. He just did it brilliantly. He didn't. I thought there was one he didn't do, but if still he is directing most of them, then I'm great.
This season there was I think 3 other directors. There was Jody Hill, Brad Anderson, and someone else, a woman with the last name Rodriguez. Don't remember her first name.
Okay. Yeah, so Monkey, I think, they're jars of honey, and maybe they might find an alternative thing, and it'll be something silly, like the Cheetos,
Could you imagine if Cheetos end up being
we just Cheetos or whatever. Monster by Reckless Love, Monster. I mean, they juxtapose Detective Song becoming a monster, and I forgot the second half of that scene where Augie Smith, aka White Dragon, he just gets out of bed after hooking up with this bald, shaved head skinhead, walks in, and they kind of all dress him up. That's a badass scene. I mean, for a villain, and he puts on the helmet and everything. I mean, that was just woo. That was I like the way he did that. Again, it takes a certain type of mind to do that. And one thing I will say that DC has done better, for better or worse, they've used auteurs. Zack Snyder has his style. James Wan has his style. Andy Muschietti has his style. David F. Sandberg has his style. And giving these directors their way of doing it. So, you know what? When the Justice League shows up in a James Gunn production, they're going to come off as differently as they're when in a Joss Whedon production or a Zack Snyder production or a James Wan production or a Patty Jenkins production. So I'm kind of okay with that. I'm kind of like that the tones are not the same, because sometimes the issues I have with Marvel movies, the tones all kind of feel the same, with the exception of, let's say, a Winter Soldier, that comes and just changes it, or Guardians of the Galaxy that changes it. Let me see. The scene where they go to, I rewatched that scene so many times. My sister, we just had that song stuck in our head, And then at the end, remember when they're all trying to smile and they're all making weird faces?
Yeah.
The evil cop, the cop that was working for Myrn, he just looks so evil. He got that long chin. He looked like the Joker almost. A lot of great stuff in here. I guess all the haters left because I was going to ask people what they didn't like about it.
I think they got tired of all the positive talk. It's okay.
Yeah, all the positive stuff. I mean, the numbers have been pretty good, folks. I really appreciate it. Okay, do you have any negatives to say? Because I have some cons. Kind of nitpicking, but I have some cons.
Really, I think that the first couple episodes were the weakest. I think the show could have started off a little stronger, but by the third episode, it really got rolling. So I thought it was great after that point. So,
sometimes the humor was a little too much, the scene where he shoots his father, and Vigilante's like, "Why are you doing your facial exercise?"
Oh yeah, I was like,
maybe that may not have been the right moment for that. They should have let that moment kind of simmer. You know what I mean?
It's a little longer.
There are other dumb moments at work. Remember when Vigilante's like, "Hey, which one's Eagly and which one's me?" And he's doing this. like that's okay. But like that scene, they could have used that moment, you know, where like he just killed his father, and it's emotional for him because he still loved his father. He goes to visit him in jail, despite the fact that he's like, "Look, Albadeo, I know my father's racist, and that's not cool, but he's still my dad." And you could argue that his whole life was about pleasing his dad, and the moment he killed him, he just lost his raison d'etre, like he lost his reason to live. He did all this stuff for his dad, or try to impress his dad, to show his dad that he's a tough guy and he's badass and all that stuff. And Lady Thor action figure has been released. Well, I know I'm gonna. No, maybe Enosh should go buy that. He'll do a drive with Enosh and go pick that up. But
yeah, totally, man.
Yeah. By the way, this is the first time I've ever done a show on an entire episode or a show. Like we used to cover Loki a lot, but then we'd also, you know, get into Britney Spears and stuff.
Well, there's a lot to cover with this show. To be fair, it's a lot to like go over. You know.
Vigilante. Interesting thing about him, he basically is who Peacemaker was in Suicide Squad. He kills and has no qualms. He even says he enjoys it. And I think the reason that Peacemaker kind of dismisses Vigilante is that he sees a little bit of himself in there. You know, he sees that kind of part of him that liked killing and, you know, said he was doing it for justice. But that was a little note I made. Yeah, Shanky consequences. Let me see. Yeah, I did take notes, folks, as to House of Pain, MC, Climax. I didn't know where the story was going, and that's probably the best compliment I can give this show, because a lot of these comic book shows, you know exactly where the story is going, you know exactly where it's going to go, and yeah, a lot of unnecessary times. And look, Marvel does that too, especially when they'll have a serious moment. Like there was an issue I had in Hawkeye when they get captured by the Russian mafia, and this should be like a serious moment. Like, holy crap, they're captured. And they're talking about Taylor Swift tickets or Imagine Dragon tickets, and he's asking her for advice. And right off the bat, you're like, okay, so I'm not really scared of these guys, you know. I wish we had more scenes like the freeway scene in The Winter Soldier when they're on the highway. The Winter Soldier just yanks out that dude, throws him in front of a truck, and just decimates them. Like, there are no jokes in that scene. Like, it's like this Winter Soldier is scary. He's beating up Captain America. He's beating up Black Widow. You know, that kind of scene really helps a villain, like help you be afraid of the villains. And even though the butterflies were not scary, like, or you could, maybe they were, but the fact that they could take over someone so quickly, like I was waiting for someone to get possessed.
Well, and how violent it was too. How violent it was too, with the blood and them shaking and all that. Yeah. When
the butterfly went to hardcore, I'm like, oh boy, Could you imagine that her and Peacemaker are kind of getting closer and closer, and all of a sudden, she becomes a butterfly.
And you have to kill her. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been good because I like the hardcore character. I liked her a lot. But yeah, sometimes the humor was a little too much, but I guess. But again, it's balanced with some great drama. There was great drama in this show and unexpected moments, and not expecting half the cast to get killed off. Lady Thor figure is revealed as a figure arts Japanese figure. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those figure arts figures. It looks pretty cool. I like the costume for both her and Thor. The new costume looks pretty cool.
Yeah, very unpredictable. Need Anthony Beltre. Good to see. Yeah, I actually talked to Anthony. Me and him both happened to be on one of Enash's show. I love this show, though this was consistent which way it was going. Yeah, and again, each episode is good. Like, it's not like, oh, this is a filler episode. Even like the first 3 episodes, I went back and I rewatched it. It's more fun to rewatch the first 3 episodes after you've gotten to like episode 6. Try and do that. Like, all of a sudden, it feels better because there's familiarity and you pick up so much more stuff in it. That's actually my cosplay. Really? Oh wow! So that looks just like what's Freddy Krueger's real name?
Robert Englund. Yeah. No, Toronto Freddy actually does a great Freddy Krueger cosplay and voice. Actually, he's really talented.
Enosh is a huge Freddy fan. I know he does like the glove, and he's big. He did a whole thing on Pop Culture Corner talking about how like
he dressed up as Freddy Krueger too.
Yeah, he dressed up as all that. So yeah, Anthony, I would recommend, now that it's over, go back and rewatch. I think the first 3 episodes go down a little easier. One thing I didn't like, the diner scene always kind of bugged me because they know Peacemaker. You know the diner scene where they first, Peacemaker shows up in his outfit and they're making fun of him. I'm like, dude, if this guy's a serious psychopath as you all think he is, I would not be picking on him. And that's one of the reasons at first I really didn't like Economos. And when he made fun of Economos, I was like, good for you, dude. This guy keeps picking on you, Peacemaker. You go right back at him. that's how you deal with bullies.
Right.
Jokes that I did like, and this was hilarious, is when he kept naming all the other people he could have framed in front instead of his father. He's like, Bill Cosby got out of jail, you know. I thought those were ones that stood out to me, but yeah, the overall phenomenal show. Guys, I want to thank you for sticking around with me. You know, I was kind of worried when Enosh is not with us, because I was glad Enosh did the first episode of Jack with Jack, because everyone's familiar with him. But I hope you got a taste of me and Austin and a little bit of RJ.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, pleasure. I think this is my first time on Jiving with Jack too, so that's a lot.
Is it? I felt like we've done something before on the old channel.
I don't think so. No, I don't think we ever were doing. I don't think.
Did you ever do stuff with Ty, maybe, or maybe?
I've done stuff with Ty and Austin.
Okay, that's probably.
I was never on Jiving with Jack. No.
Okay, well, now you're on. So, all right, I'm going to start wrapping it up, guys. So I'm going to see. So Jalen Matthews, the best part of the show for me is it avoids a terrible. Yeah, so that's what it was. Like, even like what you might like the first 2 or 3 episodes, major stuff happens in each episode that makes it, you know, this. I'm glad they released this episodically, because this was not meant to be binged. I liked watching it and going back and watching it again. Whereas like Book of Boba Fett, that should have been released in one day. That was like just, you know,
I think it should have been like the first like 3 episodes versus the first 2. It should have been like the first 2 episodes, the first 3 episodes released in one batch. I think that would have helped.
You know what? Have you ever watched Robert? So Robert Rodriguez was the showrunner for Book of Boba Fett. Have you ever watched his stuff like From Dusk Till Dawn? Or
I have, yeah. I'm a big Robert Rodriguez fan. Yeah,
he's a really good. I don't know, or even Grindhouse. I have a poster of Grindhouse.
Even like Alita Battle Angel. I love Alita Battle Angel.
Exactly,
movie.
Alita Battle Angel. I was expecting so much more, and I'm just gonna go ahead and guess what someone else said. Disney was like, no, like El Mariachi, like, you know how that like kind of like Mexican standoff thing, like that part was good at Boba Fett, but it was like you could have done kind of like a Walter White kind of story with Boba Fett, where he's like an anti-hero, kind of villainous. He's kind of basically a drug lord, for lack of a better word. It's a spice lord. Like he, you know, he could have done politics, you know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Peacemaker's a one-time show. Don't need to see it again. Good show. Okay, so I think I could see myself like during the summer rewatching. I'm doing a barbecue this weekend. Maybe I'll put out my sound.
I'm actually going to rewatch the finale in a couple minutes. Actually, because my dad's
okay. Cool. So I'm going to say goodbye to everyone. Abel Vidala says still is hitting on the cameos. Jamie, or is it James?
I think it's James.
Exactly. So Jamie, now that you said that, go back and rewatch the show. I think you're going to love it even more. That's the camaraderie. Yeah, I mean, when they're all singing 11th Street Kids and they take the selfie, loved it. I love that Economos has that picture on his thing. That might exist. Yeah, that might exist. To me, Boba Fett, the first episodes were too slow compared to the other Star Wars show. Yeah, they were really hoping that you were just like the fact that you got Boba Fett, because people wanted Boba Fett for years. We're going back to to Return of the Jedi when he was killed.
Yeah, it's like a long time people wanted something Boba Fett related. So
Bryce Dallas Howard to do a Star Wars film, maybe. Do Marvel or see now? I think Anthony, I would rather see Robert Rodriguez do an R-rated DC property. Like
I would have to agree. Yes.
See, yeah, you're Robert Rodriguez, wasn't it?
What'd you say?
Yeah. Sin City was Robert Rodriguez. That type of Robert Rodriguez could also do a Frank Miller like type Watchmen, not the Watchmen, but something like that.
Robert Rodriguez is the Dark Knight Returns.
Oh, see, I think that'd be cool. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Something like that, or like some comic book property like that that allows him to kind of flex his muscles as a writer and as a visualist, where you don't have to worry about like crossing a TV 14 ratings. All right, Jalen says, peace, everyone. I want to thank everyone for Ibrahim, thank you for coming. Kasuka, thank you so much for being here. Toronto Freddy, thank you. And everyone else, look, I'll get better on the comment because I try to address every comment, and I think he nailed it.
Yeah.
That would be cool. That would be really cool. Yeah, Batman's got a China release, so that's pretty good.
That's pretty big, actually. It's pretty big because a lot of Hollywood movies aren't getting into China right now. So
yeah, China. Okay. All right, later, dudes. Later, everyone else. Listen, everyone, thank you so much for following us. Do me a favor, follow Jivin with Jack. Follow Resident Justice. It's just Resident Justice, right?
Yeah, Resident Justice for Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, all the good stuff. It's all right there. So
yeah. So we'll be back on Tuesday, but we got programming I think Enosh is doing a show later tonight. Austin said, I forgot what's coming tomorrow. Caden's doing his show. So there's a lot of stuff coming. So, folks, thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys next week. Who knows? I might pop up on one of Enosh's other shows. But I appreciate all of you guys being here, and we will see you next week.
Get jivin'.